Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to game night this bank holiday weekend, Saturday the 25th of May at the unusually on-time time of 8:05. It is Cryptex time. Hope you're all doing well. The app has had an update. The universal control has been updated, so you will need to either re-verify if you're playing on WebGL, or you will need to download the latest version, which is 0.6.3 if you are playing standalone either PC or Mac. Thank you as ever to hAx0R who has provided the Mac conversion. And good evening to you all. Hope you're all enjoying the weather. It's very pleasant. I bought some shorts today. Bought some new shorts. Some chinos, I'm told, is what they are. And I'm off. Am I on camera there? Just about. Yeah, it said that these were medium, which is size 32 to 34 inch waist. And either they're definitely not 32 to 34 inch waist, or I am no longer a 32 to 34 inch waist. I will leave it as an exercise for the viewer as to which one of those is more accurate, but suffice to say, I was going to try and take these back tomorrow, but now I've worn them. I'm not entirely sure. I have entered my 60th year. It does feel like in a sort of old man attire, but they're very comfortable, apart from the fact they're a little tight around the waist. You also recently had a hello Rushmead. Hope you're keeping well. But anyway, we've got some quiz in store. There's been some good bank holiday quiz for this weekend. I hope you're all ready. And yeah, starting unusually on time today, which feels quite good actually. We had a barbecue, first barbecue of the summer this evening. Which was very pleasant. Couple of sausages, couple of burgers. All went down well. Got some of that Nando's barbecue sauce that I like so much. It was very good. It was very good. We got one of those fire pits as well for the patio. So we're currently engulfing all the neighbours in smoke. Anyway, hope you're all keeping well and that you're enjoying the weather wherever you are, and the bank holiday if you celebrate it / get it. No, not everybody does in this day and age, but I've got a bank holiday on Monday, which is going to be very nice. There's a few people here. Let me say hello. Good evening, Shapes, Ardenfetch, Battyman, Prudes, Arun, Samster, Topper, Rotted Rapunzel, Mark, hAx0R's Puzzle Down, AB Me, Colo, Shadowmane, Clive, Rushme, Brig, Pyro, Vixen, Fluffy Bunny, Timor, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your bank holiday Saturday in our famous company here. It's lovely to have you all here. Couple of thanks I need to do as well. hAx0R's with the 10 stream streak. Thank you very much. In the words of Drawful, streak 10 in a row. It's quite a lot. Oni, thank you for the 39-month subscription. You get less for murder, etc, etc. Very true, but thank you for all the support. Prug's on a 3 stream streak as well. Colo with a 45-month subscription there. Too lazy? I don't think you're too lazy, Colo, unless that was for the bonus that went out. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, lots to get through tonight. We're having a slight change of pace. Oh, Sam, don't even get me started on that. Well, back when I was in education, I used to feel so cheated losing the second May bank holiday because it always fell in half term. It made me very sad. But my sympathy goes out to you, my dude. But on the plus side, you do get the whole of next week off. I'm assuming that's where the argy bargy's coming in there. Silver Electron Dogfish, welcome to the stream. So what have we got in store this evening? We are starting with a great game of Cryptex. This comes to us courtesy of Oni and has been proofed by Now Cut That Out. Thank you very much to both of you for your efforts on this. I had a glance through this. I played through the first 4 rounds earlier on to test the bug fixes in the universal controller. Incidentally, both of them are relating to Cryptex, and neither of the bugs that are fixed are like game breaking, but certainly quality of life. In this game, there was a bug in the last game where if on the round where you've got to solve 2, where it's sort of the word smash round, if you solved half a clue and you got the letter, it put the letter in at the top for you, but then if you solved another one where you solved the entire clue, it got rid of that half a letter unless you had solved the whole thing. It was a one-line change, it turns out. I was just not checking for something on a loop, so that's now been fixed, but it did necessitate rebuilding the entire app. One other thing where if we had 14 or up to 24 clues, because it goes in the angle brackets. I think there's a bug in TextMesh Pro, which means it doesn't parse that. So last time when we got up to 14, it wouldn't have shown the number 14 in the angle brackets. That has now been fixed as well. So a couple of little changes there. Like I say, they're not game breaking. So if you are running the older version 0.6.2, you will still be able to play. It'll just still have those bugs in them, as it were. Any earlier than that, and you're probably not going to have a very good time. 0.6.1 was the first one with Cryptex support. Any earlier than that, and it didn't have it at all, so your game will appear to just break. Chronoblazer, Riff Raccoon, welcome both of you to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. I'm going to get the game going probably about 1:15, so you've got about 3 minutes, according to my clock, 3 or 4 minutes to get yourselves into this lobby if you want to play. 29 of you in so far, which is very gratifying. So yes, we're starting off with this game of Cryptex. It's sort of an inverted classic format, if memory serves. You've got 3 of the classic Cryptex. You've then got 3 answer smashes and then 2 at the end. So we've got a total of 8 puzzles in this game. The classic format is 2-2-3. This is going 3-3-2. If you've not played it with the app before, then I think it is a wildly improved experience, and that seems to be the general direction of the feedback that we're getting. If you're just sort of lurking for now, it has got a sort of anytime entry, but you can only join in between the puzzles because of a clever reason about how this game works. Each puzzle runs individually on your device. The only things that get sent back to the build are logs, and you don't get anything from the game into your app. It all runs entirely on the app once the puzzle's been sent out. So if you try and join midway through a puzzle, your app will just crash, but then obviously you'll be able to reload when we get to the lobby screen, which is when that QR code will be there. A couple of other quality of life changes in this. If you get a maximum score in a round, then your score will go green. If you crack the Cryptex in the round, then you'll go yellow. I think that latter one was already in, but the maximum score is a new one, so just keep your eyes open for that. Just hopefully it will make things a little bit easier to see what's going on. 2 minutes to come and join. A little bit later on, like I say, I'm changing up the pacing slightly, so we've got even more word fun coming up for a halftime game. We've got Hacker, as written by Clive and proof by me. Nice little theme running through, particularly round 1 in Clive's Hacker game. We're going to run that as a mid-time game in lieu of adverts. I will still put adverts on, but it's a Twitch Whispers game, so you should still be able to play along with it, even if you're not subscribed. But if you're not subscribed and you don't want to see adverts, then you can do that now by pressing that subscribe button, and I'll be ever so grateful to you. Subscriptions are, as ever, they are gratefully received but not required. That's the expression I was after. Connors, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. And then a little bit later on, some classic quiz from Mr. Vertigo. Is quite a classic-y sort of pub quizzy sort of style of questions in the Danger Zone, which should be a huge amount of fun. And we're grateful to our newest proofer, Fluid Fernando, who's joined the proofing team quite recently, who's gone through this pack and says it should be good fun to play. So plenty of quiz, some Cryptex to start us off, more wordplay fun at half-time in the shape of Hacker, and then Danger Zone to wrap the evening up. That's what we've got. My window is open, and so if you can hear the dogs barking outside, that's sort of their MO. That's what they do. Connors, you're going to need to re-verify because I've updated the app so I can see you've joined the lobby. There you go. Welcome to the game. That takes it up to a nice round 30. You've got about 30 seconds before we lock this game up. 30 of you in, which is very encouraging. I hope you're all well anyway, and you've been enjoying this weather. Apparently it is going to rain tonight, but apart from that, we should have decent weather for the rest of this bank holiday, which is really nice, really encouraging. I do see that there's some people trying to cash in some pennies. I will do that after the game because I'm trying to keep things snappy tonight, keep things chugging along. What bank holiday? Do you not get them in Scotland? You get different bank holidays, don't you, Arun? Are you in Scotland? I think you're in Scotland. And here's a message from our sponsor, Connors.
Have a nice weekend, everybody. And good luck to you all, Flodge Love.
Thank you very much for the 3-month subscription there, Connors, and thank you for the good wishes for the weekend. I echo those sentiments, and I echo the good luck as well. Inca has just joined the lobby, and I think he's about to verify his account, and that will be the last one for now, because we are at 8:15. I did say we'd start then, so as soon as Inca's got a verification code in, this is the problem with updating the app, it does make you do this every time. our game will get underway. Remember, over the course of the evening, there he is, welcome to the Game Inker, welcome to the stream. Over the course of the game, if something amusing crops up, or over the course of the stream, you can type a hashtag into the chat, and my control center will pick that up. You can give a maximum of 3, and then at the end of the stream, the one that I deem to be the funniest or the wittiest or the most representative of the stream will be our raid message. So a bit like Buzz Off, where we suggest the title, you can suggest the raid message, and all you need to do is go hashtag and then some words, and that could be the raid message tonight, which would be very nice. But you only get up to 3 suggestions. Any more than that, and it'll stop logging them. Without any further ado, I think we're going to get into this game of Cryptex. Once again, it has been written by Oni, and it has been proofed by Toot. Stilgar, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. And then some words. I did anticipate someone's going to do hashtag and then some words. Nice to get us off to a start with that. Thank you, Stilgar. I think we should get going. Just going to bring my stream deck down so it is within arm's reach. And I've still got to change the layout. It's not working for me with it being at the bottom because I hide the taskbar. And every time I drop down there, the taskbar peeps up and covers the bottom players, which is not what we want. So I've got to be careful with the mouse. Anyway, good luck to you all. Let's play Cryptex. Here is how the game is played. In each puzzle, the objective is to crack the Cryptex by taking the indicated letter of each clue and populating it into that position of the Cryptex solution. Clues are delivered in that format. So fifth, that ordinal at the beginning, that will tell you which letter of the word or words you need to take. Then there'll be the clue text, and then the square brackets at the end tell you how many letters are in that clue. If from what I saw of this pack earlier on, Oni has done a consistent size Cryptex, certainly for the first few rounds, so all of the clues will have the same number of letters, but that isn't necessarily always the case. We're going to have 3 rounds, and they'll come in this order: decryption, combination, and decipher, and they will be 3-3-2, 3-3-2 as in number of puzzles in each of the rounds respectively. Round-specific rules shown ahead of each round, but in all cases, and this is very important, your spelling must be exact. Okay, so watch your spelling. You can think about it because there's a lot of time to think about things in this game, but make sure your spelling is exact, otherwise it will be marked as incorrect. So, on to our first round, and the category is decryption. Standard form Cryptex. In decryption, you earn 5 points for each clue you solve, with a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. And you'll get a big flash of 3 big X's on the screen if it's incorrect, so you do get some feedback. You can solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. So, of course, you're going to get X number of clues over the course of it, and they will be persistent on your screen. So if suddenly you think, oh, I've just worked out what that one is, you can type it in even if it is no longer on the broadcast. You can crack the Cryptex at any time before the end of the puzzle for a bonus 10 points. So again, if you are incorrect, you will lose a point. But as soon as you think you've got it, type crack the Cryptex. It will be shown across the top of your screen in orange, and if you do crack it, it will give you all the letters in that Cryptex populated into the rest of the word to give you a bit of an extra clue. There'll be a sound on the broadcast. That budding sound will happen anytime somebody solves Cryptex, so I won't tell you who has done what until the end of the puzzle. Hopefully that all makes sense. Very best of luck to you all. It's Cryptex, puzzle number 1 in the decryption round. This pack has been written by Oni. Have fun, let's play. Yeah, it does just need a horrible buzz. That's right, it'd be me. Here we go, and we're off to a start, and we have got 7 letters. No, I beg your pardon, we've got 8 letters, can't even count, in this Cryptex. And our first puzzle, a liberal UK newspaper with a sister paper called The Observer. 8 letters long, you want the first letter for your Cryptex, and the Cryptex category is a TV show, which also has 8 letters. On to the next, we're going in order. This is not by design, this is RNG at work. On a die, with pips instead of numbers, the 5 side has pips arranged like this. One of my favourite words. David J. Bodykin told me what this was way back when. 8 letters, you want the second. And on to the next. Okay, we are going in order, it turns out. The autocracy of kings and queens. 8 letters, you want the third. And we're after a TV show. You can crack that Cryptex at any time. And do watch your spelling. And there's the first solve. Well done. If you have cracked the Cryptex, you know who you are. Okay, now it's going to mix up the RNG. Next, the 7th letter of this 8-letter word, an ATV, all-terrain vehicle with precisely 4 wheels. 8 letters long, you want the 7th. You did. I tested it earlier on and they all came out false, so it's Yeah, this is RNG doing its RNG thing. There's another solve. Very well done if you've cracked the cryptex there. Next one, an economic transaction or a trade. 8 letters, you want the 8th. I think just 2 solves of the cryptex so far. A couple more coming in now. On to the next clue. This clue has been for explicit content. 8 letters, you want the 4th. Explicit content. That might be your key word there. There's another solve of the cryptex. And another. Very well done. And another, and another. There's lots of solves coming in here. On to the next. Penultimate clue of this puzzle. Flat, chewy cookie flavoured with almond and or coconut. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Only a Podo. Welcome both of you to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Final clue of this puzzle. The belief that this game might turn out decent. It will, right? 8 letters, you want the 5th. I should have caught the asterisks and put it in put the rich tags in to make it italics, but you can all imagine the italics. Okay, last few seconds. If you haven't already done so, now is your opportunity to crack the cryptex with the letters you've got. Have a couple of goes if you like. Or Electro Toppy coming very close there, but not that one. And that is time. The solution to the cryptex was Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke is what we wanted there. Well done if you did manage to get that. Liberal UK newspaper with a sister paper called The Observer. That's The Guardian, from where we got the G. On a die with pips instead of numbers, the 5 side has pips arranged like a quincunx, from where we got the U. Great word, and one to add to your vocab if you don't know it. The autocracy of kings and queens is the monarchy, from where we got the N. An all-terrain vehicle with precisely 4 wheels would be a quad bike, from where we got the K. An economic transaction or a trade, that would be an exchange, from where we got the E. This clue has been censored for explicit content, from where we got the S. A flat chewy cookie, often flavoured with almond or coconut, that would be a macaroon, from where we got the O. The belief that this game might turn out decent is optimism, from where we got the N. And that is the end of the first puzzle. Let's check out the scores. How are you getting on? So square bracket shows your increase. Yellow if you cracked the cryptex. And green if you got a perfect game. I'm glad that's working. I only put that in this morning. I did test it, but not robustly. Shapes and Inca, great start for you two. Perfect game with 50 out of 50 on that first puzzle. Very well done. Quite a few of you, 18 players managing to crack the cryptex there, from Shapes down to Clive. And then quite a few other players who are... didn't manage to crack the cryptex, but don't worry, we've still got plenty of puzzles to go, another 7. Opportunity to join the game. I'm only going to give you about 10 seconds to come join before we move on to the next puzzle. Hashtag Westerns are not dramas from Shadowmane as a suggestion there. Zeus, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. Apparently not. Not what Shadowmane says. So, those are the scores on the door. Shapes and Inca with an early lead. Apodo and Riff currently in second. Dogfish in third with 44. If you're ready, let's have another puzzle. Take a look. Greatly enjoying Cryptex with that pen and paper, though. Score is very distressed that he hasn't got a command to shout out anymore. On we go, but I think you're right, Riff. It's a much better experience. Right, on to the next one. Clue number 1. The 6th letter of the 7-letter word. Billy Idol had a nice white one. Game of Thrones had a bad red one. 7 letters, you want the 6th. And the Cryptex category is an island. An island. Next one, a small mark or mistake. 7 letters, you want the 3rd. We'll counsel anybody trying to crack the cryptex early, give it a couple of clues, because there's one particular clue that will make a big difference. Hashtag spoilers. Small mark or mistake. 7 letters, you want the 3rd. Nice to have a good... It is very good to have a good notebook, that's very true, Shapes. Scientific name for the windpipe. 7 letters, you want the 2nd. Mark's got that. Sorry, I shouldn't say. It was Mark. Mark's cracked the cryptex. Maybe I'll have to say everyone now, since Timur has now cracked the cryptex. Since I said one, I'm going to have to say everyone, just in the interest of fairness. Next one, weight added to provide stability. 7 letters, you want the 4th. So yeah, some I can tell you and some I won't, and this time I am. So we've got Mark and Timor have cracked so far. Clive and Colo have both just cracked the Cryptex, as have Fluffy Bunny, as has Brig. Very well done. Weight added to provide stability, 7 letters, you want the 4th. Stilgar and Inca both cracking the Cryptex there, very nice. And Jack D as well. Oh, hello Jack D, we've got a celebrity. Connor's also cracking the Cryptex, well done. Next clue, Mo Scale 10, 7 letters, you want the 7th. Riff, Silver Electron, Apodo, Shapes, Dogfish, Fets, all cracking the Cryptex. Electro Toppy cracking the Cryptex. Rapunzel and Samster are getting there now as well. Mo Scale 10, 7 letters, you want the 7th. Next one, 7 letters, you want the 5th. Yellow Condiment, seen either as a powder or a sauce. Remember, if you've already cracked the Cryptex at this point, you still get 5 points for each correct answer, so still worth playing. Certainly at this stage of the game. In fact, even if you don't, still play along for fun. Zeus getting to that Cryptex now as well. And one more clue coming up right about now. Clue number 7, it means you'll be arrested if you do it. Theory. 7 letters, you want the 1st. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll be arrested. It means you'll be breaking the law if you do it. Doesn't necessarily mean you'll be arrested, I guess. I suppose it depends. Well, certainly not this country in this day and age. ABME cracking the Cryptex there, very well done. Right, you're spelling Connors, that's the one. That's the one you're on. Right, last opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you haven't. Batty Man getting there, Vixen getting there. No more clues to come, but bonus 10 points if you can tell me what this island we are looking for with 7 letters is. Oh, Flyboy! Not that one. 1 letter out you were. And that is going to be time up. The solution was Ireland, the island of Ireland. Very well done if you managed to get that. Billy Idol had a nice white one. Game of Thrones had a bad red one. Those are weddings from where we got the N. Wedding. Small mark or mistake. That'd be a blemish from where we got the E. Scientific name for the windpipe, that's the trachea from where we got the R. That was the key clue that changed it from Iceland to Ireland. Weight added to provide stability. Well done if you got this one. That's a ballast from where we got the L. Mo Scale 10, that'd be a diamond from where we got the D. The D. Yellow condiment seen either as a powder or a sauce. That's mustard from where we got the A. First, it means you'll be arrested or at least breaking the law if you do it. That's illegal from where we got the I. And that is the end of puzzle number 2. Let's check out the scores, see who solved what. Yellow if you cracked the Cryptex, green on your score if you got a perfect board. Very well done, Timor's getting a perfect score of 45. 45 was the maximum there. Clive, Fluffy Bunny, Fett, Colo, Riff, Inca, and Shapes also having a perfect board. And lots of people cracking that Cryptex, which is very good to see. Shapes and Inca maintain a perfect game, 95 out of 95 so far, and retain that lead. Riff currently in second with 90 points, and Mark jumps up to third with 86. Very nice, very nice, very nice. We've got one more puzzle in this opening round, and not a cat. Lovely to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. And yes, those are the scores on the doors with 6 puzzles to go. Thankfully, it's not really the same here. What if you'll be arrested if you do. You will. Yeah, there's some issues with that at the moment. I think low police force. Although, have you heard the good news? We're getting an election. Yes. It's taken me 28 minutes to talk about politics tonight, but yes, we are getting a general election. If you want to have more election bants over the course of the campaign season, come join the Discord. There is a channel all set up there called Election Bants, where we're going to talk about all things politic over the next few weeks. But no election spoilers, and definitely no Doctor Who spoilers. You don't? I hope you're going to vote, though, Samster. Don't mind. Well, obviously, I will have opinions on who you vote for, but in principle, I don't care who you vote for, as long as you vote. If you are of legal age and you are in the country, I do think it's very important that you do vote. I'm not going to use this as a political platform to espouse for one party or another, but I am going to espouse the importance of democracy and that you're not of legal age. Okay, fair enough then, Sam. But if you are of legal age and in the UK, I do think that it is very important that you do have your say in shaping the future of the country in which you live. If you don't vote, you can't complain, always used to be the line. So do make sure you get registered to vote. And if you want to talk more politics, maybe when I'm not on the microphone, then definitely join the Discord and we'll have a bit of a chat about that even more. Postal vote is going to be then, Score. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Or a proxy vote, possibly, if there's anyone you trust. Let's go on to the third and final puzzle of round number 1. Here it is. Save you a stamp. Certainly will, Riff. Okie dokie, and we're up to 9 letters long in this, and we're looking for an element. 9-letter element. Holy cow, Flage, my dude! Welcome on in, Raiders, 62 of you. Here's your first clue. Producing milk, 9 letters, you want the second. Welcome everyone, we are right in the middle of a game of Cryptex, and I will say hello to you properly in just a minute, but thank you very much for that raid, Flage. Most grateful to you. Clue number 2, notorious Great Depression era bank robber, 9 letters, you want the fourth. Joey PBs, Flage, Dragon Strikes, The Culting, welcome to the stream. Flage, thank you for that huge raid, enormously good of you, most grateful. On to the next one, describes Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump twice. 9 letters, you want the fifth. That twice in parentheses there is a very important clue that will give you a different answer. So do be careful. On to the next. Roman name for London, 9 letters, you want the 9th. Remember, we are after an element with 9 letters. Element with 9 letters is what we want overall for the Cryptex. There have been a few pings already, which means a couple of people have solved it. For now, the Roman name for London, 9 letters, you want the 9th. On to the next. Trees that shed their leaves in winter, 9 letters, you want the 8th. Maybe you can solve any of the clues, even if they are no longer the live clue. There's another solve. Very well done to that person, who I'm not going to say. I'll keep that anonymous until the end. I can see a few guesses at the element coming in. Wait for a few more clues and you may get a bit closer. Next one, desire to set things on fire and a Def Leppard album. 9 letters, you want the first. Cryptex solves coming in now. Holding in custody, 9 letters, you want the 6th. Careful of your tenses here. Holding in custody. It's present tense, 9 letters, you want the 6th. And yes, Raiders who've just joined you, thank you, Score, for saying what I probably should have said. Physical comedy style, 9 letters, you want the 7th penultimate clue of this puzzle. If you have just joined from the raid, first of all, once again, Flage, thank you for that raid. And if you do fancy coming to join in with the game, you will be able to join at the end of this puzzle. There'll be a QR code on the screen and a room code for you to come and join. You'll be most welcome to come and join in with some bank holiday quiz fun. Final clue of this puzzle, a small hardened lump of cholesterol can be found in the bladder. 9 letters, you want the 3rd. And remember, we are after an element with 9 letters. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex if you have not already. You can also solve the other clues if you haven't got there yet. Still an opportunity to do that, but last chance to crack the Cryptex. What's your tenses, Zeus? What's your tenses on that particular clue? Right ballpark, but you've got to get the right tense as well. That fits the clue, and you're out of time. The solution was palladium. Palladium was the element we were after there. Producing milk would be lactating, from where we got the A. Notorious Great Depression era bank robber, that was Dillinger, from where we got the L. John Dillinger, I think, if memory serves. Describes Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump twice. That would be impeached, from where we got the A. Donald Trump has not been president twice, not yet, at any rate. Roman name for London was Londinium, from where we got the M. Trees that shed their leaves in winter are deciduous, from where we got the U. Dogfish on the right was closer, Dogfish, definitely. Desire to set things on fire in a Def Leppard album is Pyromania, from where we got the P, and holding in custody is remanding, with an ing at the end, from where we got the D. Physical comedy style would be slapstick, from where we got the I, and a small hardened lump of cholesterol that can be found in the bladder is a gallstone, from where we got the L. Well done if you got those clues. And let's check out the scores. Yellow if you did manage to crack the Cryptex. Quite a few coming up there. Green if you got a perfect score. Any perfect scores? Yes, we've got 2. Cola and Inca continues his perfect streak. Yet to put a foot wrong. Has got a maximum score on all 3 of the opening puzzles. Great performances from Inca there. Currently leading with 150 points. Shapes in second with 140. Colo now moves up to 3rd after acing that puzzle with 139. Well done, earning yourself 55 points. So, Flage, how was your stream? How was the stream, I do? I saw you doing Age of Empires, and it's not like you to stream on a Saturday. It's lovely to see you. We were thinking you're very, very much a raid target for later on, because you're normally still going when I'm done. But thank you for that raid, my bro, and hope you're well. To everyone who has come to join us from Flage's channel, apologies for just concentrating on the game, but it's one of those games I can't really stop midway through. But welcome, I'm Royal Flush, and this is Game Night. It's a show of interactive quiz and game shows that we play on Saturday night, certainly night in the UK at any rate. And they're all interactive, so you can take part yourself. This particular game we're playing is Cryptex, which is a sort of crosswordy style game. And if you fancy that, if you fancy a go, there is a QR code there. You can join either on your phone or on a desktop or a laptop, and there's a link there as well. Join with that room code, and you too will be able to play along with some game show goodness. I'll give you just a couple of seconds to do that, because you'll also need to come verify if you do fancy playing along. Strong start, I have to say, from Oni. Really lovely questions. Really enjoying these so far. They feel pitched spot on. So great stuff, Oni, and long may it continue for the rest of the game. We have got another 5 puzzles coming up. Another 5 puzzles. 3 in the next round, and then 2 in the final round. Another 30 seconds I'm going to give you to come and join the game if you would like to. Or if you just want to be a passive observer and play along for fun, that is completely fine as well. Though we would ask if you could not put answers into the public chat. You're very welcome to come and join in on the app, or just sit at home and watch and heckle. But let's not heckling the answers into the chat. That would be great. Yeah, not doing bad at all, Chrono Blazer. But your first column a minute ago. Where are you? There you go. Yeah, 48. 48, good score. Good score after 3 puzzles. And keep up the good work. Of course, you get penny payouts in this game. I think it ends up, is it 5 times your final score or 3 times your final score? It'll say on the app at the end either way. Yeah, all good stuff. Right, I think that's long enough. Doesn't look like we've got anyone else coming to join us. But if you want to sit and watch another round, you can join after the next puzzle. Let's go on to our next round, which is combination. In combination, you earn 5 points for each clue you solve, with a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. You may solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. Even when it's all on one screen for you and not. Definitely proves. Hard agree. Each clue in this round will be formed by blending 2 words with at least 2 letters overlapping. The old classic example, we used to call it the Pokemon round, because you could have a poker hand with 5 hearts would be a flush, a woolly animal would be a sheep, and then you could cross over the S and the H to make flusheep. Okay, so at least 2 of the letters will overlap. You may solve half a clue to help gain letters in the Cryptex, and bear in mind the Cryptex will be a real word, not a blended word, though you won't receive points for solving half until you solve both halves. This is the round that had the bug on the app last time, which I've now fixed. So you can solve either half a clue, or you can type the whole thing, or you can do them in 2 halves. What you can't do is type half a clue and then just type the missing letters for the other. That will be marked as incorrect. So make sure you give me full answers, either in 2 halves or as a whole. It will mark them accordingly and give you the information that you need either way. At any point, once again, try and crack the Cryptex, and you will get a bonus 10 points if you do. Mantissa, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. And a hashtag Flusheep, a suggestive raid message from Fluffy Bunny. I can see why you'd like that, Fluffy Bunny. Well, Fluffy Bunny and sheep is a fluffy animal, I guess. Anyway, we've got 3 puzzles in this combination round. I hope you're ready to play along at home. Good luck. That animation is really delayed when I press that button. Never mind, on we go with the quiz. Starting with a 7-letter Cryptex, and the category is a dessert. We're looking for a dessert overall, and we're starting with these pair of clues. You want the first letter of these. Nobody really cares if there's pineapple on it, and a bit wacky. 7 letters in total. Remember, at least 2 of these letters will overlap, and we have got a cracked Cryptex already after just 1 clue. Very well done, that person. And a few more coming in now as well. Very good indeed. Next one, 7th letter needed of this for the Cryptex, can be golden or taken with an L, and the 9th Greek letter, it's tiny. 7 letters, you want the 7th. And you can solve these in 2 halves, or you can solve them all in one go. It's up to you. Lots of people doing a bit of a mixture. I'm seeing a lot of oranges coming in, and some people just typing the blended words right off the bat. Precedes world in most beginner computer programs, and 0 in tennis. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Precedes world in most beginner computer programs, and 0 in tennis. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Between violin and cello in the family, and the bird ascending in a Vaughan Williams piece. 7 letters, you want the 4th. That piece is overrated. Almost as overrated as the Beatles. Or Although I did enjoy the Beatles episode of Doctor Who a couple of weeks ago, I have to say. No spoilers for Doctor Who tonight, still haven't seen it. Or last night. I knew it'd say it. Very good, Odie. Yeah, but Riff hard agreeing with me there. It is, it's overrated piece. On the Run, according to a song by Wings, and the first name of Lloyd Webber, the musical writer, not the cellist. Or the other one, or the father. 7 letters, you want the second. There's a couple of Lloyd Webbers, but only one that fits with the first half of the clue. He's probably the most famous of the Lloyd Webbers. Something screaming about classic event something. Probably. You wait till you play Google that next week. Green Italian pine nut sauce and £14. 7 letters, you want the fifth. Green Italian pine nut sauce and £14. 7 letters, you want the fifth. Quite a few Cryptex solves have come in. I haven't been reporting who's been solving them. But do be thinking about the rest of those clues. You can still solve ones even if they're not currently on the broadcast. Final clue of this puzzle. You get 30 when you use the Konami code in Contra and the Roman goddess of the hearth, home and family. 7 letters, you want the third. That's the best bit. Time to crack the Cryptex if you haven't done so already. Last opportunity to get any more clues solved, or to get that Cryptex solution if you haven't yet got there. Have you worked it out? Let's find out. Our 7-letter dessert was a pavlova. Pavlova, named after a ballerina, I believe. So, nobody really cares if there's pineapple on it and a bit wacky. Pizza plus zany is Pete Zany, from where we got the P. Pete Zany, sounds like an actor. Can be golden or taken with an L and the 9th Greek letter, which is tiny. Ratio and iota is ratiota, from where we got the A. Precedes world in most beginner computer programs and 0 in tennis. Hello and love equals hello love, or hellove, from where we got the V. Between violin and cello in the family, and bird ascending in a Vaughan Williams piece is viola and lark. Via lark, from where we got the L. And only has put there something screaming about the classic FM Hall of Fame something. Yeah, you preempted me, Odie, and it's come up in the citation notes as well. Just to finish off, on the Run, according to Wings, is Band on the Run. Andrew Lloyd Webber, Bandrew, from where we got the A. Green Italian pine nut sauce is pesto, £14 is a stone. Pestone, from where we got the O. And 30 lives is what you get when you use the Konami code in Contra. And the Roman goddess of the hearth, family, for hearth, home and family is Vesta, Live Vesta, from where we got the V. Very well done if you managed to solve that. Inca has interrupted his perfect streak. Not by much, mind. He's only missing out on 10 points there, but finishing on 35. We have got a few perfect rounds there. Colo, Riff, Fluffy Bunny, Apodo, Dogfish, and Mantissa, all getting a perfect score of 45 in that round. Very well played. And everyone who cracked the Cryptex going yellow as well. Yeah, so the citations come into the console now, only. So I read it in chat and then I read it in the console as well. But yeah, number 2 in the Classic FM Hall of Fame by Ray Vaughan Williams. That's definitely not something that's going to come up in next week's Google That pack. Definitely not. Shall we have another? Yeah, but Mystic Sen, you got time to come join. Welcome to the stream. We're 4 puzzles deep of an 8-puzzle game, so we're halfway through. I'll give you, if you want to come join Kuseni, that's fine. I'll give you 30 seconds to get yourself in. Code is there. You'll need to re-verify because I've updated the app. But yeah, there's some links. Thank you, Bruce. There's some links for you there, and room code on the screen. What is that emoji? The new one from Topper. Hype lurk. Are you lurking? I thought you'd been here. I said hello to you, Topper, anyway. Hi, chat and Mr. Streamer Persevering. Hi, Kuseni. Nice to have you here. Let's get in the game. Let's get you in the game, and we'll because you can only join at the front end puzzles here. Vixen, thank you very much for that subscription with Prime right there. First subscription. Welcome to the family. Enjoy ad-free viewing for the next month. Lovely to have you here, and thank you very much for the support. Hope you're enjoying the games. And there's Kuseni. You won't appear on the thing, but you are now in Kuseni because it only updates the board once at the end of the round, but you will appear there moving forwards, and you should now be in the game, so let's move on. Our next combination puzzle starts here. Fingers on keyboards, very best of luck. We've got another 8-letter one. We're after a language this time. And our first clue, 8 letters, you want the second. What people from the Midlands call a bread roll. They really do. And a tall tower like the Washington Monument. Specifically like the Washington Monument. 8 letters in total. You want the second. And on to the next one. Cut of steak found between sirloin and topside, and referees, particularly in cricket. Referees, plural. 8 letters, you want the first. And there's a very fast solve for the Cryptex. 1, 2, 3 solves, 4 solves coming in for the Cryptex already. Very well played, if you've gotten there already. German-based car company called Vauxhall in the UK, and a big-billed bird. 8 letters, you want the 7th. German-based car company called Vauxhall in the UK, and a big-billed bird. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Next clue. Stop. It's this time. It's still 1990, right? Nice. And above a pass, not quite as good as a distinction. 8 letters, you want the 3rd. Stop. It's this time. On to the next. Of the stomach, like a band or acid, and a magician's set piece. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Halfway through the puzzle, 4 clues have gone, 4 still to come. Remember, we are looking for a language with 8 letters. Of the stomach, like a band or acid, and a magician's set piece. 8 letters, you want the 6th. On to the next. Negatively charged particle, and a vegetable that's glass in a 2022 film. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Negatively charged particle, and a vegetable that's glass in a 2022 film. 8 letters, you want the 8th. A vegetable? Is it a brassica? Or a bulb? It's a bulb, actually, isn't it? On to the next, penultimate clue of this puzzle. 80s new wave band named after an Asian country, and in Asian cookery, a green cake may have this leaves flavour. 80s new wave band named after an Asian country, and in Asian cookery, a green cake may have this leaf's flavour. 8 letters, you want the 5th. We are looking for a language. Final clue now to try and work it out. A rough flight over a throwaway bit of metal. A rough fight, I beg your pardon. A rough fight over a throwaway bit of metal. And a carnivorous dinosaur. 8 letters, you want the 4th. I like that mashup. Last chance to crack the Cryptex or solve any other clues that you have not yet solved. No more Cryptex is getting cracked by the looks of it. Last couple of seconds. And the solution was Romanian was the language we were after. Romanian. Let's go through them. What people from the Midlands call a bread roll, that's a cob, and a tall tower like the Washington Monument is an obelisk, cobelisk, from where we got the O. Cut of steak found between sirloin and topside, and referees, particularly in cricket, is rump, and umpires for rumpires, from where we got the R. German-based car company, Vauxhall in the UK, and a big-billed bird, opal and pelican, opelican, from where we got the A. Also Irish. Stop, it's this time, hammer time, and above the pass, not quite as good as the distinction, is a merit. Hammer and merit, hammer it, from where we got the M. Gastric and trick for gastric, from where we got the I, albeit a different spelling. Very clever clue there. Anion and onion for negatively charged particle, and the vegetable that's glass in the 2022 film anion and anion and onion, from where we got the N. 80s new wave band named after an Asian country, and in Asian cookery a green cake may have this leaf flavour. Japan and pandan, Japandan, from where we got the N. And finally a rough fight over a throwaway bit of metal, and a carnivorous dinosaur, scrap and raptor for scraptor, from where we got the A. Just about getting through all of those there. Cobelisk, I really like that. Pelican, yeah, this is the Irish heritage of the Pelicans, Mr. and Mrs. O'Pelican. Annie Onion, it does give Ooga Dooga too, it does a bit, doesn't it? Another A message, Glass Annie Onion from Rotten Rapunzel, I like that. And only suggesting Japan Dan Revolution. It's the first round where we have not had a perfect score, so that puzzle beat everybody at least in some way. But we did have plenty of Cryptexes getting cracked there. Yellow if you did manage to crack the Cryptex, albeit no perfect scores. Inca still with the lead, though not by much, currently on 230. Colo's in second with 227, just 3 points behind, and Samster just 2 points behind that on 225, currently taking third. And that's not to say that there's a lot. The top 8 have only got 20 points between them, 230 down to 210. Inca, Cola, Samster, Mart, Riff, Shapes, Fluffy Bunny, and Dogfish. And with 3 puzzles to go, this is still very much anybody's game. Pandown's bloody difficult to get hold of around here. Don't you live in London, Shapes? You live in Big Smoke? I thought you could get everything in London. Opportunity to join the game if you would like to do so. QR code and room code up there on the screen. Sounds like there's a dog at my door, scraping and scrabbling. I must confess, I don't know what it is, actually, Pandown. But, Anywho. I think we should go on with the final puzzle of round number 2, and then we'll take a slightly extended break before we go into that final round. Good luck, fingers on keyboards, as we clear that leaderboard, and we go on to puzzle number 6 in total, puzzle 3 of round 2. Here it is. Okay, we've got a 9-letter Cryptex, and we're looking for a Spanish word. Spanish word with 9 letters. Starting off with this clue: ornamental metalwork, typically used in jewellery, and a $1 million game show hosted by Chuck Woolery in 1999. 9 letters. You wanted the first, I think it said of that. Next one: yellow-fleshed tropical fruit and Greek mythological creature. Medusa was 1. 9 letters. You want the second. We're after a Spanish word here. It is also, not a cat saying it is indeed multi-million-dollar. Next, in the Bible, the Egyptian king's guard who bought Joseph, and a stringed instrument commonly associated with Ireland. 9 letters, you want the 8th. It is that, yeah. I thought I knew the first half, and I was like, does that fit with the second? And indeed it does, because I forgot how to spell it, apparently. Next one: precedes game in a scam typically involving 3 cups and a ball, and in maths, a curve like an oval. 9 letters, you want the 5th. There's the first Cryptex solved. Very well done to that player. On to the next clue: the female organs of a flower and an English blue cheese. 9 letters, you want the 6th. Spanish word is what you're after. Just 1 crack of the Cryptex so far. One player has cracked the Cryptex so far. Sounds a slightly less clunky sentence. And there's a second. Next clue: forbidden word or act, and an extension as in a seat or shot. 9 letters, you want the 3rd. Forbidden word or act, and an extension as in a seat or shot. 9 letters, you want the 3rd. There's another solve coming in. We've got 5 for 10 points. And tape penultimate clue: vegetable called ladies' fingers and German electronic music pioneers. 10 letters, you want the 4th. He's given us another Irish name there. Penultimate clue: largest Caribbean island and that one poker-based video game everyone is playing. Apart from me and Ash, apparently. 9 letters, you want the 9th. I know Ash has sworn off, but I've still not gotten around to it yet myself. But yeah, largest Caribbean island and that one poker-based video game everyone is playing. 9 letters, you want the 9th. And a reference to my hometown, lager brewed in Burton-on-Trent, which is where I... Ash enters the chat, and a 1993 hit by the Cranberries. 9 letters, you want the first. Yeah, lager brewed Burton-on-Trent, there's a few that are brewed there. It is the home of the Coors Brewery, which brews, among other things, the answer to this, which is not Coors. That's where I grew up. Time to crack the Cryptex if you haven't done so. There haven't been many this time. Ash, welcome to the stream, by the way. Sorry, I don't mean to summon you like that. But yeah, there seems to be you and I the only people on the planet yet to play it. Caballero was the solution to the Cryptex. Very well done if you did manage to crack that. Let's go through. Ornamental metalwork, typically used in jewellery, and $1 million game show hosted by Chuck Woolery. That's filigree and greed. Filigreed, from where we got the E. Yellow-fleshed tropical fruit, and a Greek mythological creature that Medusa was. Mango and Gorgon. Mangorgon, from, excuse me, where we got the A. The Egyptian king's guide who brought Joseph was Potiphar, and a stringed instrument commonly associated with Ireland is a harp, Potifarp, which is quite fun to say from where we got the R. The shell game, and in maths a curve like an oval is an ellipse, shellips from where we got the L. Female organs of a flower is the pistil, and an English blue cheese is Stilton for Pistilton from where we got the L. Forbidden word or act, and an extension as in a seat or shot is taboo, and a booster, to booster from where we got the B. A vegetable called lady's finger, German electronic music pioneers, that's Okra and Kraftwerk to give us another nice Irish name. Oh, Kraftwerk from where we got the A. The largest Caribbean island, or Caribbean if you're British, and that one poker-based video game everyone is playing, Cuba and Cubalatro from where we got the O. And the lager brewed in Burton-on-Trent, and the 1993 hit by the Cranberries with Carling and Linger, Carlinger from where we got the L. That wraps that up. I can't keep up with that round, but I just... You can see the broadcast and then you can listen to me at the same time, or slightly later if you like. Very well played there. Only a smattering cracking that Cryptex, getting that Spanish word. Very well done. It's good, but it's not quite Carling. No, quite. Kuseni, Timor, Fetz, ABME, Zeus, Jack D, who I think is a run, but I might be wrong. Apodo, Dogfish, Riff, Inca, Mark, and Samster, all cracking that Cryptex. And we've got a change at the top. Samster and Mark getting themselves a perfect round, and for the first time, Inca has been knocked off the top spot. Samster's now got the lead with 280, Mark's in second with 278, and Inca drops to third with 275. And with just 2 puzzles to go, there is all to play for. No, it definitely is poker, Kuseni. If a choice card game, I like Texas Hold'em, I like Nomination Whist. Most card games. Shithead, played a lot of Shithead when I was in Cyprus with my wife. We must have played about 50 hands, and I won one of them. Either I'm really bad, or more likely she's really good, or possibly, even more likely than that, it's a good combination of both. Uno! Yeah, it's alright. So, with 2 puzzles to go, we are going into the third and final round. Ring of Fire when I was a bit younger. Ring of Fire, that's a different sort of card game though. It's more of a drinking game with cards as a prop. Killer Bunnies, don't know that. A friend of mine's just devised a new sort of card come board game actually called Bloxo, which we played the other night. It's an old colleague of mine who's he left teaching shortly before I did, but he's gone on to do a number of things. But he's developed his own card game, and I pre-ordered a copy. It was really good, and it arrived, and we're going through the instructions. I texted him something. He said, "Are you supposed to do this at this point?" He said, "I don't know how that's been missed out of the instructions." It's like, how did you not? Think to mention it to me. It's kind of my MO. And he said, don't worry, I'll get you to proofread the next one. I was like, okay. But that's really good. I'll promote it. Let me see if I can find the website. Because I think, is it Bloxo? Is it Bloxo? Yeah. Go check it out. My friend Mike devised that. It's good for all age. We played it, the 3 of us, after dinner last night. And it's really good, actually. Really, really good. And so a friend of mine devised that. Did you proof the card games the other day as well, Proof? Nice. Small world. So yeah, go and check out Mike's game Bloxo. Honestly, I think you'll like it. It's really, really good. And if you buy a copy, say Ben sent you. So these are the scores going into round 3. Samson, Mark, and Inca with the top 3 scores: 280, 278, and 275. But that is all change as we go into round number 3, or could all change as we go into round number 3. 2 puzzles remaining, and puzzle number 7 is the first of the Decipher puzzles. The objective is to crack the Cryptex as fast as possible. You may solve the clues to help gain letters in the Cryptex, but you do not receive any points for them. That's something that's worth bearing in mind. So you can solve the clues, but you will not get points for them. You only get points as and when you crack the Cryptex. For every clue that is revealed, 5 points will be taken from the potential winnings, and those are shown in square brackets on your device at the top. So there'll be 3 numbers at the top: your current round points, your total points, and your current available points. They're going to be shown in square brackets on the device. Get the clue wrong, or get the Cryptex, so answer a clue incorrectly or guess the Cryptex solution incorrectly, and you incur a further 1 point penalty. So you could just spam as many answers as you can, but for every wrong answer you are going to lose a point, and for every clue that's revealed you're going to lose 5. There may reach a point, the dogs are barking, I know. There may reach a point where there are no points available. You can't lose points, but you will get 0 if enough time goes by. The way the points work for this, it starts at the number of clues that there are times 5 plus 15. So if there were 10 clues, it would be 65 points up for grabs. Okay, and you lose 5 for every clue that is revealed, plus 1 additional one for everyone that is wrong. So you can solve the clues all you like, and you'll get the information on your device, but you won't get any points for them. Only cracking the Cryptex gets you points. Hopefully that all makes sense. It's Decipher. There are 2 puzzles. Good luck. If there are 10 clues scored, there may or may not be. There are 13 in this, and we are changing it up a bit here. Common UK quiz show. I'd like please, Bob, 1 letter. The Cryptex has got 13 letters, and it's a sports team. 4th note in the do-re-mi sequence. There's the first one. I'm not going to tell you who it is. And these clues do look like they're being revealed in order, as is the writer's prerogative. 2015 Bob Office Bomb. That might be Box Office Bomb, based on a book by J.M. Barrie. Next one. In the style of him, written this clue is. 4 letters, you want the 4th? What internet content creators want, and also the hit they deserve. 5 letters, you want the 5th? There's another solve. Highly. Don't worry, only typos happen. To forcibly exile, 6 letters, you want the 6th. Remember, after a sports team, that's the only thing you're going to get points for. Every wrong answer or typo that you make will reduce your jackpot by another point. Every clue reduces it by 5. Next clue, Bantu language, commonly spoken in Kenya and Tanzania. 7 letters, you want the 7th. Haven't had many solves yet, but there is another one. On to the 8th. In the British royal family, George, Louis and Archie's relation to Charles. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Region of Spain that includes Barcelona. 9 letters, you want the 9th. Couple more solves coming in. Still not many. Remember, you only get points for cracking the Cryptex. Car company that released the Lancer, Colt and Shogun models. 10 letters, you want the 10th. Remember, we do go slightly faster in this round. We've got the slightly faster soundtrack here. Hello, dog. Please, no, out from under my desk. Out from under the desk. Currency used in Berlin until 2002. 11 letters, you want the 11th. Yes, if he goes under the desk and starts wagging his tail and pulls the power cable out, everyone will be very sad. Capital of Madagascar. 12 letters, you want the 12th. There was another solve there. Final clue. Improbabilities. 13 letters, you want the 13th. Crack the Cryptex if you can. Last opportunity to do it. Solution was Panathinaikos. Very well done if you managed to get that. Common UK quiz show joke. I'd like a P, please, Bob. I'm not going to say what we got the letters from because it's always the last letter of each word. 4th note in the do-re-mi sequence would be far. From where we got the A. I said it there. 2015 box office bomb based on a book by J.M. Barrie. Pan. From the novel, the book Peter Pan. In style of him, written this clue is, that would be Yoda. What internet content creators want, and also the hit they deserve, is clout. Well done if you got that one. To forcibly exile is to banish. Banish. The Bantu language, commonly spoken in Kenya and Tanzania, is Swahili. In the British royal family, George, Louis and Archie are all grandson of King Charles. The region of Spain that includes Barcelona is Catalonia, or Catalonia. Car company that released the Lancer, Colt and Shogun models is Mitsubishi. The currency used in Berlin until 2002 was the Deutsche Mark. The capital of Madagascar is Antananarivo. Antananarivo. Improbabilities is unlikelihoods, and that is the end of the puzzle. Out from under the desk, boy. Oh, I don't think I've ever actually said that out loud before. Antananarivo. So, changes at the top. Yellow if you crack the Cryptex, and that's the only thing that would have got you points. It was Fluffy Bunny who was the first solver there, grabbing themselves at 70 points, which wasn't quite the maximum. It didn't come in right at the beginning, but it was pretty early on. So very, very well done there, Fluffy Bunny, getting yourself your 70 points. Colo solving at 45, Inca at 34, Shapes at 39, Riff at 17, Ava Me getting in at 55, good effort there. Zeus at 13 points, Timor at 29, and Flyboy at 34. Everybody else failed to crack that Cryptex, but it does leave some interesting reading at the top. Inca has retaken the lead. Antananarivo. Thank you, Battyman, for doing the breakdown. Sometimes I need it broken down like that. Colo's moved up to second with 297. He is trailing Inca by 12 points. And Fluffy Bunny currently in third with 294, trailing Colo by 3 points. There is one puzzle left. And last opportunity for you to crack the Cryptex. I can't remember if Oni put these to be released in order from left to right as well, because I didn't proof the pack and I didn't check it too much before I went in. Oni may be able to confirm or deny in the chat. Or he may choose not to. We'll see in a minute as soon as I press the button. It's random. Okay, so random ordering for this final puzzle. This is the last puzzle of the game, and you only get points for cracking the Cryptex. It's very, very close at the top. I have to say, one of the closest finishes I've seen for a long time in this game, which is a sign of a pack well written, I think. Inca was leading for most of the game. He lost it for the last two puzzles. He's taken it back going into the final puzzle. I wish you all the very best of luck as we go to the final puzzle of the game. Let's take a look. 11 letters long, it's a music group and you need to ignore the space. 11 letters long, music group ignoring the space. Starting with reading groups popularised by Oprah Winfrey and Richard and Judy. 9 letters, you wanted the 9th there, I think. The Monkees were one in 1967. 8 letters, you want the 7th. The Monkees were one in 1967. Fruit and mobile device, 10 letters, you want the 10th. You're after a music group for points. First solved is in, I won't say who. Chemical compound with a ring structure and the formula C6H6. 7 letters, you want the second. Vehicle commonly associated with the 1993 film Cool Runnings. 7 letters, you want the fourth. Still only one solved so far. There's a second and third in quick succession. And a fourth. HMS Vanguard and USS Missouri. 11 letters, you want the 11th. Board game that utilises a doubling cube. Board game that utilises a doubling cube. 10 letters, you want the 9th. Another solve. Remember, if you've cracked the Cryptex, you can still answer, though of course you don't get any points for them. But if you just want to answer for funsies, you can do so. The Brazilian character in Street Fighter 2, the green-skinned one. 6 letters, you want the third. Unless you were playing as player 2, in which case it was blue. Voice between tenor and bass. 8 letters, you want the 5th. There's another solve. And another. And another. Have you done enough? Is the question players solving now. American City with the nickname Beantown. 6 letters, you want the first. Flyboy and Lewis, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Religion that teaches the Four Noble Truths is the final clue of the game. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Last opportunity to crack the Cryptex. We are after a music group without the space. Spelling is going to count. You've got there now, person who got it, spelt it wrong first time, getting it on a second attempt. It was the Beastie Boys is what we wanted there, and just to go through the answers really quick. Reading groups popularised by Oprah and Richard and Judy. Book clubs, from where we've got the B. The Monkees were one in 1967. Believer, Daydream Believer, from where we've got the E. Fruit and mobile device was a BlackBerry, from where we've got the Y, not Apple. Chemical compound with a ring structure and the formula C6H6 was benzene, from where we got the E. Vehicle commonly associated with the film Cool Runnings was a bobsled, from where we got the S. The HMS Vanguard and USS Missouri are battleships, from where we got the S. Board game that utilises a doubling cube is backgammon, from where we got the O. Brazilian character in Street Fighter 2 was Blanca, from where we got the A. The voice between a tenor and a bass is a baritone, from where we got the T. That's generally where I tend to sit. American City with the nickname Beantown is Boston, from where we got the B. And the religion that teaches the Four Noble Truths is Buddhism, from where we got the eye. That is the end of the puzzle, the end of the round, and the end of the game. Who solved it? Who's got the points? The final scores coming in. Yellow if you crack the Cryptex. Into our top 5 is Colo, Shapes, Fluffy Bunny, Mark in second, and the winner is Inca, who managed to crack with 45 points. Very well played, sir. 45 points on that final solve there. Again, nobody getting the maximum. It's highly unlikely anyone's going to get the maximum in the final round, but not impossible. We've seen it done in the past. Mark was the first one to solve there, which pushes him into second, getting 55 points for that. Yeah, let's just go through a few of these. Inca getting 45, Mark 55, Fluffy Bunny 24, Shapes 38, Cola 16, Samster 24, Riff 18, Apodo 45, another very good score there from Apodo, Dogfish 18, Zeus 17, Jack D 19, Rapunzel 11, Fets 35, pretty good score there, Pruse, Stilgar and Vixen all solving on 12. And those are the final scores. It should tell you your penny payout when I press the button next time. But it's third place and a bronze medal to Fluffy Bunny with a final score of 318. Mark takes the silver with 333, but it's Inca who takes the gold with a score of 354. Let's just take a little look in your medal cabinets, because I can. Mark underscore E54, Inisk, and Fluffy Bunesque. Well, I can tell you, Fluffy Bunny, that is your first Cryptex medal. It's only your second medal in the whole of the Game Night oeuvre. You've previously won a lobby medal in DangerZone. You've now won a colourful one as well, the bronze medal for Cryptex. Very well played. Second medal in your cabinet. Mark, you got a lot of Cryptex. 14 golds, 5 silvers and 1 bronze. That's your 6th silver medal there, Mark, for Cryptex. Very well done. And Inca, 3 bronzes, 10 silvers, 9 golds. That is your 10th gold medal for Cryptex. So very, very well done. Into double figures on the Cryptex gold medals. And now 10 golds and 10 silvers. Very well done to you 3 on winning that medal. And very well done to everybody on superb performances. Can I extend an enormous amount of thanks to Oni for a really, really great pack. I thought that was pitched absolutely spot on. I knew that because when I was played it earlier on, I played it without having the answers open and found I was doing okay. It's much more fun with the app, I have to say. Much more fun with the app than it is with pen and paper. And Innes, welcome to the stream formally. Putting in the public chat for the first time. Great to have you here. But yeah, lovely stuff, Oni. Thanks very much. So thank you Toot as well for your work with proofing on that one. We're going to roll the credits. The pennies will be paid into the respective penny banks, and I'll see you on the camera in just a couple of minutes' time. Thank you again to Oni and Toot, and congratulations to our medalists, particularly to Inca, tonight's Cryptex champion. Thank you for all the kind words that are coming in there. Very good of you to say. Oh, why are my project settings all the way over there? That's not where project settings live. Go back to where you should be. Oni, cracking pack, really, really good fun. Raid message, I think this is coming from Pruse. Hashtag much more fun with the app. Yeah, it definitely is. It was a lot of work to get it right, because obviously it's very much a bespoke layout for Cryptex, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I think, yeah, you're right. Thank you for the kind words, Riff, Pruse, and everyone else who said was definitely worth the effort to do it. When did I get that Eevee? I had that Eevee a while. Dylan got it from me about 3 or 4 months ago. But he used to sit over here next to my work laptop. And recently I got a new work laptop, which is a bit bigger, and there was no room. So he's migrated over to sitting on the printer. And yeah, he's very sweet. Lovely, lovely stuff there, and a really great start to the stream. And look, it's only 9:15, a sensible time. We're going to go to our mid-time game, so I'm going to take this opportunity to go stretch my legs, get a drink. I am going to play some ads. Hopefully they'll be done by the time the game proper starts. So if you want to play, this one is done in Twitch Whispers. Very important if you've not played before to whisper. Oh, I haven't put that command into here. Well, whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot, not into the public chat because they won't be processed in public chat. But it's a game of Hacker, and it comes from Clive. So if you want even more wordy fun before we get into Danger Zone in about 15 minutes, now is your opportunity to do that. I think this lobby is limited to 32 players, so if as many of you want to play as played Cryptex, you're going to be the first to get in, is my advice. But I'll do some adverts. There'll be about 2-3 minutes of adverts. Just means if anyone then comes to join late that they're spared pre-rolls. If you want to avoid those adverts, you can always subscribe, and thank you to everybody who does. I'll cash in those pennies before we get onto Danger Zone, which will be coming up after Hacker. I'm going to get another drink. Be good to yourselves as well, and make sure you get a drink too. Make sure you're staying hydrated, because it is still very, very warm out, certainly over here at the moment. Those pennies should have been added to your penny banks as well. I'm just going to boot up the Hacker software before I put that camera on. All right, Jasons, enjoy the lake. And yes, we'll try and enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you again for your work on the Mac conversion for the Universe controller. Very much appreciate you taking the time to do that for me today. So Hacker is just booting up, so I'll go to the BRB screen. I'll play some adverts. Hacker, as written by Clive, coming up now. Self-running game. Have some fun with that, and I will see you on the other side of Hacker for Danger Zone, as written by Mr. Vertigo. Some classic pub trivia coming up in Danger Zone. Not going to be one that you want to miss. It should be really, really good fun. So we'll see you for that very shortly. I'm going to go get a drink. You're going to play Hacker. Don't touch that dial. I will be right back, but the game will still be here. But I will be right back.
Shoobity wop me, oobity wop me, oop-a-doo now.
Sorry, I paused the game. The app keeps crashing because it's Twitch Whispers, Proos. Whispers only, not the app. I've paused it. If you want to join, I've paused the build, so because there was only 5 seconds left. So if you type in BLMX now, there you go. It'll populate you. Don't type it again. It'll populate it as soon as I unpause it, okay? There you go. Well, the G'st of G's to Nando there. Very well played. How many is that you've won now? Because for reasons best known to past, Ben, I don't track hacker winners. Maybe I did at one point and then stopped, but you don't have a medal cabinet. But I know you've won quite a few. Very well played, and many thanks to Clive for providing us with that there pack. Really lovely stuff. Hashtag community like their cakes. Yes, they do indeed. Give that raid message, Ardenvets, and welcome Sonic Elwood, Pokenuts PC, and Nando to the stream. Lovely to have you all here. And yeah, great fun. Hopefully that was something just to keep you all keep things ticking over while everyone did a stretch of their legs and I played some adverts. Let's get DangerZone software loaded and let's get some bonus pennies out because I haven't done that for a while. Inisk is a Cryptex demon. There we go. For 150 pennies. Inisk is a Cryptex demon. Type that and you can have many pennies. Well, 150 pennies. He is. He certainly is. So just open up the DangerZone software. Nando winning that game of Hacker, and of course he has to sit out of the next game of DangerZone because he's made his proofing debut. We had Thursday evening. We kept getting interrupted by various things, so I had to nip out and drop something off from Meg's, and then I had to go and do the Tesco shop and various other things. It was all very amusing, but we did a sort of peer proofing. But Nando did the majority of the legwork on it, so he's come on as a new proofer onto the team recently. I'm very grateful to him. And he has taken on this pack, which has been written by Mr. Vertigo. A lot to like about it. Sort of classic ye old British pub quiz sort of trivia, which seems to be Mr. Virgo's bent. I know he did a Red Herrings pack a couple of weeks ago that was in that sort of style as well. But a lot to love about this pack. Hey, what's not to love about DangerZone? Because it's a cracker, am I right? Lottybus, welcome to the stream. Just in time for some DangerZone. This one is back on the app. So yeah, sorry the app crashes if there's no room code, as I've mentioned to Proogs in the chat. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago to Bodycom as well. It's an issue I'm aware of, but WebGL just does weird WebGL things on the headless controllers. So if there's no if there's no valid room, it crashes. On the standalone, it doesn't. It tries to connect and then spits it back out to the menu. But on the WebGL, it crashes, and I don't know that there's anything I can actually do about it, which is unfortunate. Hello, Bod. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you mentioned a couple of weeks ago that if you type in the wrong room code or you try and join on the app when there's no game there, then it crashes the app on the WebGL build. I don't know that there's anything I can do about that. If there is, it's something I would probably have to ask Ash about. He's not typing, is he? Someone beginning with A is typing in chat. I can't see because it's truncated. Doesn't look like Ash. Might be Ash. He's about to explain how I can fix that, maybe. But yeah, it's WebGL is a law unto itself. So is because it's flashing up there in the corner of the screen. What's flashing up where in the corner? Oh, that at the top right. Yeah, I need to. I'm still not happy with that box. I need something better to go in there. Anyway, software has loaded. So this is a pack by Mr. Vertigo. Like I said, lots to like about it. Do I want to give you some more pennies? No, I'll give you some more pennies later on. More danger pennies in a bit. Mrs. Flush has said that she may come and join in on this game as well. So if I disappear, then it'll be probably to go and help her get set up. But get your apps ready because, everybody, as written by Mr. Vertigo, it is time to face the danger as we go on.
To the danger zone.
Yes, we do indeed. It's DangerZone. It's DangerZone time. HMBP. His Majesty's British Petroleum. There you go. Yes, that's exactly how to spell DangerZone, Bod. If you didn't play Cryptex, then I remind you, you'll need to revalidate your account because I've updated the app. No updates to this game, but whenever you update it, it loses your stored credentials. So you will need to revalidate your account. Hello, Mrs. Flush.
Chilling out.
Sounds good.
You won't be joining.
You won't be joining. That's all right. You're very sleepy.
How much I've actually
You spent 4 hours at the gym and then paddle. You did a bit spend 4 hours at the gym.
1.5.
1.5 hours at the gym, and then went up and down the canal on your paddle board, and yeah, and then we had a very stressful and exhausting trip to Tesco. No, it wasn't. It was quite pleasant actually. It was quite pleasant.
I've got to go. I'm cycling to the gym.
Because of course. I mean, why wouldn't you be?
I'm going to go to Tesco afterwards and cycle back with a
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Gout, you have validated your account. It's good to know. 26 players in so far. Room for a few more. As most trips to Tesco are. What, stressful? Yeah. No, we yeah.
Do you know, there is not a single time I don't go out to do either one of my classes or go to the gym that I don't end up going to Tesco afterwards. It seems to be... It's almost like a Bible verse. It's almost like, and lo, once they had done their exercise, they went to Tesco to spendeth more of their money.
And they spent all of the money, and Mrs. Flush came home, and there was much wailing and gnashing of teeth as Royal Flush looked at the receipt. Weeping and gnashing of teeth happens often when we go to Tesco.
It does. Usually followed by, oh, but we really need that.
Yeah. Yeah, I run it truncation, so all the fonts are the same size. I mean, I can change the canvas resolution a bit if you like. Do I change the scale factor?
Yeah, they move everything around.
This is fine, isn't it?
They do. Suddenly you just pop in for fun. It's a clever tactic, is you can pop in to just go and get some milk. And then where the milk used to be is suddenly cookies, and you're like, well, I'm here now.
Is that better? I'll put it back, Arun, alright? I don't want to upset anything. I changed the canvas size. Right, 27 players in. That's fine. Go have a little lie down and a cup of tea and a brownie or something. Doing really high. Go get higher. Nice to see you, Mrs. Flush. See you later. Right, can we get it to 30? That's the question, really, isn't it? Can we get it to 30? I'm not going to wait much more than about 2 more minutes, but yeah, DangerZone. There is any time entry on DangerZone, but you need to. Ideally, you want to be in at the start so you get the most chance. Bod, are you coming to join us? I see you lurking in the chat. Come play, Bod, if you like, or don't. You know, make your own choices. But... Bod? No, he's gone. He's gone. It's fine. Anyone else? Any more for any more? 9:45. I want to be done by 10:30 if we can. Alright, I'll give you 30 seconds. Yeah, that's reading. It's not the same as playing. This is unwinding now, Bod. You're not reading. Well, you're reading a bit. You could just listen. Fine. Fine. You'll know all the answers. Yeah, you probably will. Welcome to the stream, Natter. Nice to have you with us. You'll listen. All right. Listen and heckle from the sidelines. That's fine. So, I said 30 seconds, and that is 30 seconds. So, if you're all ready, I'm going to lock you in. And there's the anytime entry code if you do want to come and join the game midway through. But if you don't, you just want to play on the sidelines, that's all good too. 27 players in, and round 1. Where's Tyson when you need him? Hey up. Round 1 has got 5 questions, and you've got 2 helps along the way. A multiplier will double the points for the round, and a nerf will get you points equal to half the number of players in a live play rounded down. In this case, that's 13, because there's 27 players in live play. All of these questions, and if I just open up my notes, then I will be able to say this with confidence, because I don't debug the notes in this game, which I probably should. Hide that column, and shrink that column. So, all of the questions in this round will relate to the letter A. For those of you who have not played before, you get points equal to, if you get the question right, that is, you get points equal to how fast you answered it. The first player to get it right gets points equal to the number of players in the game, so that'll be 27. The next to get it correct is 26, then 25, then 24, and so on. At the end of the round, if you are in that red zone, the danger zone over on the right-hand side, the 5 players in there at the end of the round will be eliminated from play, but of course can continue playing along in the Boneyard game, where there is still a lobby medal available, and points. You can still get points which make pennies at the end of the game. But the idea is to stay out of the danger zone, because even if you're not there at the end of the round, it can damage your score later on. So as much as possible, try and stay out of the danger zone. If you are in the danger zone at the end of the round, you will be eliminated. That's about the long and short of it. Answer right and answer fast to get the most points. Get it wrong and you don't get any points. But like I say, you can use either of those helps once, but not both. They are reset at the end of each round. So even if you're not planning on using them, use them anyway, because if you're in the Boneyard, you don't get them. But if you don't use it, then you're potentially losing out on 3 points, and yeah, that's bad. Potentially losing out on 3 points, and you're going to get it back if you make it through. So use it or lose it. It's about the long and short of it. 27 of you in. The round is A up, and all these questions will relate to the letter A. Good luck. Let's try again. Good luck to you all. Let's play Danger Zone. Fingers on devices. This first one might be a matter of elimination. Let's see if you can get there. What is the scientific name for the aardvark? Oresteropus afer, Formicidae, Vulpus legopus, or Dasypodidae? That's all the Ben says stuff you're going to get out of me from this one. It is the that one, Oresteropus afer. Vulpus lagopus, in fact, let me just put the text wrapping on here so I can read it easily. Vulpes lagopus is an Arctic fox, so Vulpus was your in there to eliminate that. Formicidae, that's an ant, that's fairly standard general knowledge. And Dasypodidae is an armadillo, so hopefully you got that down to a choice 2 and had a bit of a coin flip on there. Nata was fastest, Zeus was second, Additional Salt, that's Odie, was third, AB was fourth, and Maverick, that's Stilgart, was fifth. Not very many players getting that. Connor's using an early nerf on that one for the flat rate of 13 points. We are going to have a big-ass danger zone here. Thought that question was a bit tough, but that's the way it goes. Let's reorder the board. There we go. All of the coins go flying into the physical danger zone on the screen. Goes orange because it means that if it goes orange, it means that we have a tie. We can only lose 5 players. We won't lose you all. We'll go to tie breaks if necessary. But ideally, you'll get out of that danger zone by the end of question number 5. Let's go on. Question number 2. Can you play difficult with those? Possibly. I don't know if they've got colliders on them for physics. What did the first A in the author A.A. Milne stand for? Alfie, Alan, Andrew, or Abraham? More green going on there. Alan, his name was Alan Alexander Milne. Mark was fastest and with a multiplier, 1.55 seconds. That's bloody quick, Mark. Very well done, getting himself 54 points there. Silver Electron was second. Gout Q was third. I get on with the quiz, I see. Shapes was fourth. Clive was fifth. Couple of nerfs coming in there. Timor and Maverick both nerfing that one. And Flyboy also multiplying that and correct for double points. Doubling up to 34. Well played. Let's reorder the board. Standard danger zone size. 5 players yet to score. All in the danger zone, though they have all still got helps. Mark in the lead. Oni's in second. Inka's in third. Let's play on. Question 3. Good morning, AA. In Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, which of the Bennet sisters is the youngest? Kitty, Lydia, Mary, or Jane? Lydia is the answer. Zeus was fastest, Mark second, Clive third, Shapes fourth, and ABME was fifth. Vixen multiplying that and getting it right. Puzzle Danger and Fets both nerfing for the flat rate of 13. Prug's nerfing that one as well. And Rapunzel multiplying but getting it wrong, losing the help and still getting no points. Bad luck, you're going to have to work hard to mitigate that, Rapunzel. Yeah, correct answer is Lydia. Jane is the eldest. Mary's the middle daughter. Kitty is the second youngest. And the protagonist, Elizabeth, is the second oldest. But Lydia is the youngest. Well done if you got that. Let's reorder the board. Still 5 players yet to score. BC, Brig, Fluffy, Cola and Riff in the danger zone. Mark in the lead. Inka's in second. Oni is in third. Still quite a few helps left in play. 2 questions to go. Use them or lose them. That's the rules of the game. On we go. Question number 4. Which of these Adele singles did not reach number 1 in either the UK or US charts? Rolling in the Deep, Skyfall, Someone Like You or Hello? Wow. Well, a little bit more getting that, only 5 getting it right. BC was fastest done with a multiplier for 54 points. Zeus second, Brig third, Shapes fourth and Vixen was 5th. Natter and Silver Electron and Pyro all multiplying and incorrect. The answer was Skyfall. Reached number 2 in the UK and number 8 in the US, but didn't reach number 1. Someone Like You and Hello both reached number 1 on both the US and the UK, and Rolling in the Deep reached number 1 in the US and number 2 in the UK. Yeah, you think Skyfall, that famous Bond theme, but no, alas, did not get to number 1. I always think with that song, you've made an error in rhyming Skyfall with crumble. I mean, if you're going to have a dessert-based rhyme for Skyfall, Trifle is right there. Up the Skyfall, will he trifle? Anyway, there we go. Yeah, very well done. If to the 5 of you who got that one right, let's reorder the board. As we come to the final question of the round, another raid message, Skyfall from Proogs. Like that. So, Timur, Rapunzel, Fluffy Bunny, Cola and Riff, you're all in the danger zone. 3 of you have got helps left. Could still get out of there. Mark's in the lead, Zeus is in second, Vixen is now in third. Still quite a few helps in live play. Use them or lose them, because if you're eliminated, you won't get it. And if you're still in live play, you'll get it back anyway. So you might as well use that help to try and maximise your score. If you're in the danger zone after this question, you will be eliminated from the game. Good luck to you all. Here's question 5. How many chemical elements are there that begin with the letter A? 13, 7, 4 or 10? Have a bit of a think about. There were a lot of nerfs that came in on that one. The fastest correct player was Puzzle Danger. Vixen was second, Pyro third, Natter was fourth, and Fluffy Bunny was 5th, and with a multiplier. Nerfs coming in very quickly from Zeus, Rufus Hound. Rufus Hound, it's just S and H together, maybe think H. Rufus Hound, Zeus, Brig, Battyman, Get On With the Quiz, and Shapes, all nerfing that one for the flat rate of 13. AB Me multiplying and wrong, Additional Salt multiplying and wrong, Fluffy Bunny multiplying and right, Cola multiplying and right, Riff multiplying and wrong, and then Inca nerfing as well at the end. Yeah, there's 7 in total. Actinium, Aluminium, Americium, or Americium, however you... I think it's Americium, Antimony, Argon, Arsenic, and Astatine. That's the answer. Would have been one if you sort of sit and have a think about it, you might be able to work it out, but under the pressure, I know what it's like. Sherry, Trifle, Skyfall, suggested by Fluffy Bunny, like that. So, let's reorder the board, see what it's done. If you're already in the danger zone and you got that one wrong, then you're going to be eliminated as a matter of course, but I think Fluffy and Cola have probably done enough to get out of there. Who's going to fall in? Brig, Get On With the Quiz, Batty, Rufus, Silver, maybe Flyboy? Let's take a look as we reorder the board. Flyboy avoids it, but it's Rufus. Rufus Hound has gone into the danger zone. Run, Silver, Timur, Rapunzel, and Riff are our final players in the danger zone. Just going to have a quick look. Run Aromatics, 3 golds, 2 silvers, and 2 bronzes, but not another to be added today. Although you could, of course, get the lobby medal. But yes, I only looked it up because I know you've been in quite a few finals recently, Arun, but it's not going to be the case today. Very many congratulations to everybody else. If you're in green, Vixen, Zeus, and Shapes finish 1, 2, and 3, and they'll get a little boost as they go into the next round. Vixen with that 1 on the end of your name, it makes it look like you've got 1,101 points. Is that the scale? It's definitely only 101. But Vixen, Zeus, and Shapes are going to get a little boost at the start of the next round. And they'll be joined there by Mark, Inca, BC, Pyro, Oni, Pyro, Stilgar, Puzzle Dan, Natter, Clive, ABME, Fluffy Bunny, Connors, Colo, Brig, Topper, Battyman, Fett, and Flyboy, all of whose scores will be reset to 0. Very well played. The 7 Seas of Ah by Natter. Very nice. Unfortunately, though, Rufus Hound, Silver, Timor, Rapunzel, and Riff, thank you very much for playing, but it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. And a message from our sponsor, Matt the Ref.
Good evening, Ben. Minus 49 months. Whoa.
Minus 49 months? I think that's probably meant to be a hyphen TTS. You tried. Matt, thank you very much for the 49-month subscription, and welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well, my dude. So Rapunzel, Rufus, and Silver all in the boneyard at the moment with a score of 1. Vixen starts with 11, Zeus with 7, and Shapes with 5. As we go on to round number 2. Be good. Be good. All the questions in this round will relate to the letter B. All will relate to the letter B. There's 5 questions in this round, 22 players in live play. Multiplying will double the points for the question, and nerfing will get you 11 points, half the number of live players. You may use either help once this round, but again, not both. And use them or lose them, because if you go out, you'll lose it anyway, and if you go through, you'll get it back. So definitely use at least one of those helps on at least one of the next 5 questions. And as always, stay out of the danger zone if you would like to survive. You're going to lose 5 players at the end of this round, and the faster you answer, the more points you get. And the more points you get, the further away from the danger zone you get. And that's where you want to be. Good luck to you all. Round 2 is Be Good. Let's play Danger Zone. Starting with this. What type of pastry is used to make the dessert baklava? Phyllo, puff, short crust, or choux? After the game, Matt, you will get the next question, and I'm glad to see that my auto boneyard join is working. Phyllo uses phyllo pastry. Baklava is a layered dessert made of phyllo pastry sheets filled with chopped nuts and sweetened with syrup or honey. Who was fastest there? Additional salt, aka Oni, was fastest and with a multiplier. Clive was second and with a multiplier. Natter was third. BC and Inca were fourth and fifth, respectively, both with multipliers. Just to go through everything else, Mark played a multiplier and was right. Shapes multiplied and was right. Flyboy multiplied and was right. And Matt the Ref has validated their account, but it's the same coloured debugs as the multipliers. So, there we go. So those are the multipliers. No nerfs being used there. Let's reorder the board. Standard danger zone size of 5. We've got a player with points in the danger zone already, so it looks to be a high-scoring round. Top 6 have already used up all of their helps, or have used up their helps. They only get 1. And Maverick, Pyro, ABME, Batty, and Get On With The Quiz currently in the danger zone. Only at the top, Clive in second, BC in third. Let's go on. Question number 2. Who sang the theme tune to the game show Big Break? Captain Sensible, Sergeant Sensible, Major Sensible, Private Sensible? You did, Shapes, I'm afraid. According to my log, you definitely did. I don't know if it was a misclick. Seems an odd thing to have triggered the multiplier without it. May have been a misclick, possibly, but it definitely says multiplier at this end on the console as well as it came in. Captain Sensible was the answer. Shapes was fastest. Mark was second. Some poetic justice in Shapes being fastest on a snooker question. Mark was second. Inca was third. Additional Salt was fourth, and Clive was fifth. Captain Sensible's real name was Raymond Ian Burns. The theme tune was called The Snooker Song, and it was from Mike Batt's musical The Hunting of the Snark, which I did not know until just now. Brig and Proogs also multiplying, both correct. Maverick and Connors both nerfing, and Puzzle Dan also multiplying and also correct. Let's reorder the board. Top 8 have now all used helps. In fact, 10 of the top 12 have used helps. Zeus and Fluffy Bunny still got them intact. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 players in the danger zone still got helps available as well. Oni's in the lead, Clive's in second, Inca's in third. Let's play on question number 3. Which of these countries that begin with B has the largest population as of 2023? Burkina Faso, Brazil, Bangladesh, or Benin? Brazil is the answer, 216 million. Bangladesh is second with 172 million. Burkina Faso, 23 million, and Benin, just 13 million. They are the top 4 B countries in order of population. But Brazil, by some margin, is the highest. Clive was fastest, Shape second, Mark third, Puzzle Danger was fourth, and Additional Salt was fifth. Get on with the quiz, multiplied and correct. AB Me multiplied and correct. No other helps used there. Let's reorder the board. Clive jumps into the top spot. Additional Salt slips to second. Mark jumps up to third. Fetz, Natter, Connors, Batty, and Pyro currently in the danger zone. All of them with points, and 4 of them with multipliers or nerfs, or i.e. helps, still available. Pretty close though around that danger zone line. Fetz and Natter in the danger zone with 22 and 20 respectively. Vixen and Flyboy are out of the danger zone, but only 1 and 2 points ahead of that Mark on 23 and 24 respectively, with 2 questions to go. Still wide open, and there's still a number of helps in play. Let's go on. Question number 4. In the Western Zodiac, which star sign is represented by a bull? Sagittarius, Taurus, Aries, Capricorn. A green there. Yes, it is indeed Taurus. Aries is the ram, Sagittarius is the archer, and Capricorn is the goat. The goat of all star signs. Mark is fastest, Clive second, Zeus third, Shapes fourth, Proves fifth. Multipliers from Vixen, Pyro, Fluffy Bunny, Battyman, and Natter, all of them correct, doubling up their points. Let's reorder the board. Natter finding his way out of the danger zone. The 5 players in the danger zone now have not got helps with 1 question to go. Connors, Pyro, Vixen, Battyman, and Flyboy all in the danger zone. Vixen from top of the table at the last round to now third from bottom and in the danger zone with 1 question to go. Some work to do to get out of there. There's a bit of a gap. Flyboy on 33 in the danger zone. Fetz and Cola both on 37 and out of the danger zone, but both Cola and Fetz have got helps available. And Zeus, the only other player with a help in the middle of the table. Position 9 with 57. Clive at the top, Additional Salt and Mark tied in second. Shapes is in third. 1 more question in round 2. Good luck. Message from our sponsor, Matt the Ref. So I'll do first before I launch the question.
Looks like I jinxed Vixen. Sorry, lol.
Sorry, lol. Thanks for the 100 bits, Matt. I'm sure it's probably just a coincidence. Let's go on. Question number 5. Take a look at this. Incidentally, welcome to the stream, Matt. Good to have you with us. Hope you're well. Which composer wrote the Brandenburg Concerti? Bizet, Bach, Beethoven, or Brahms? JSB, Johann Sebastian Bach. Bach's Brandenburg Concerti are a collection of 6 3-movement orchestral works completed by the composer in around 1721 for Prussian royal the Margrave Christian Ludwig of Brandenburg-Schwedt. J.S. Bach riff. J.S. Bach. Bach Senior. Yeah. I used to like them, and then I had to study one of them at A-level, and now I like them considerably less. I mean, they're quite good. Yeah, PDQ Bach. Bach's 24th son, as the joke goes. There's a genuine modern composer. I don't know if you're just saying that only to be amusing, or if there is actually a modern composer called PDQ Bach, who wrote he wrote a pastiche of the Well-Tempered Clavier called like the Bad-Tempered Clavier or something, which are quite good actually. Quite as Prelude and Fugues go, they're quite cleverly written. Sorry, I'll stop nerding out on classical music. J.S. Bach or Baroque music was the answer. Mark was fastest, Inca second, Shapes third, Additional Salt was fourth, and Get On With The Quiz was at fifth. Colon multiplying, but incorrect, unfortunately. Let's see what that does for him in a minute. Fetz nerfing that one, Zeus nerfing that one as well for the flat rate of 11. Let's reorder the board and see who is leaving us. Colo does just slip into the danger zone there. Nerf would have kept you safe, Colo. But as it is, you've slipped in. Maverick spared the indignity of the danger zone, finishing at 1 point ahead on 38. Mark finishes on top with 119. Additional Salt in second with 116. And Shapes in third with 110. You 3 will get a little boost going into round 2. Round 3. And you'll be joined there by Inca, Clive, Brig, Prues. Get on with the quiz. Zeus, BC, Fluffy Bunny, Puzzle Danger, Battyman, Fetz, ABMe, Natter, and Maverick, whose scores will all be reset to 0. Very well played, you 17. We'll see you in round 3. Unfortunately, though, Colo, Connors, Flyboy, Vixen, and Pyro, just not your round. Thank you very much for playing, but it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Rapunzel, currently with a Boneyard crown. Is anyone going to usurp them? Vixen usurps the crown and becomes the Boneyard leader with 7 correct answers out of 10. I think you get 25 pennies for every question you get right at the end of it. So once you're in the Boneyard, that number reflects the number of questions that you have gotten correct. Vixen with the crown of and 7 points. We increase the danger zone size in round 3. This is actually a bug in the game, but I really like it, so it's now officially a feature. The danger zone size is dynamic, so round 3 it increases to 6, and then for round 4 it's going to drop back down to 5, so that we end up with a 6-player final. I've not been able to fix the algorithm to do it. I couldn't find it, and it's I don't want to have to do danger zone 5 by tweaking stuff and breaking it. Although I could probably just, restore changes. Either way, we've got 6 eliminations coming up in this next round. Mark starting on 8, Only on 5, Shapes on 4. Everyone else reset to 0. I wonder where this is going. Round 3. Now, see here. All of these questions will relate to the letter C. Free to do it all my way. Sorry, getting a little bit of Lion King on you. Order! We'll have that button if you insist, Battyman. Right, now see here, 5 questions in this round. Once again, 17 players in live play. Multiplying will double your points for the question up to a maximum of 34. Nerfing in this round gets you 8 points, half the number of live players rounded down, because we've got an odd number. And once again, you can use either help once this round, but not both. Use them or lose them, because if you survive, you'll get it back. If you're eliminated, you lose it anyway, so you might as well play it. All of these questions, then, will relate to the letter C. Good luck to the 17 players in live play, and everyone in the Boneyard. Let's play Danger Zone. In the 2016 version of Cluedo, which character did Dr. Orchid replace? Mrs. Peacock, Mrs. White, Miss Scarlet, or Reverend Green? Mrs. White was the answer. The Dr. Orchid character is said to have been privately educated in Switzerland until her expulsion following a near-fatal daffodil poisoning incident. What a silly game. Shapes was fastest. Mark was second with a multiplier, Clive was third, Zeus was fourth with a multiplier, BC was fifth with a multiplier. I did see a smattering of multipliers coming in early there. Inca multiplying and getting it right, Proogs multiplying and getting it wrong, Brig multiplying and getting it right as well. Those are all the helps that we use. Let's see what that does to the scores as we reorder the board. Standard danger zone size of 6. AV, Fluffy, Fetz, Proogs, Maverick, and Battyman currently in there. All of them with help, so apart from Proogs, who's got a bit of work to do to get out of that danger zone in the next 4 questions. Mark at the top with 40. Zeus is in second with 28. BC currently in third with 26. Let's go on. Question number 2. The largest cricket stadium in the world, the Narendra Modi Stadium, can be found in which country? Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, India, or Pakistan? India is the answer. Stadium has a seating capacity of 132,000 spectators and is named after the current Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. Additional Salt was fastest, Zeus was second, BC third, Inca fourth, and Shapes was fifth. Fluffy Bunny multiplying and getting it right, doubling up their scores, and Natter nerfing that question for the flat rate of 8. Let's reorder the board. Brig slips into the danger zone. Is joined there by Clive, Fetz, Maverick, Battyman, and Proogs. Clive, Fetz, Maverick, and Battyman have all got helps. Brig and Proogs have used theirs. Top 4 have all used their helps. Mark, Zeus, BC, and Inca respectively. 47, 44, 41, and 36. Smattering of other helps still available in the main game as we reach the sort of midpoint of the round. Question number 3. See what you make. See what you make of this. Stephen is the real first name of which US president? Bill Clinton, Jimmy Carter, Calvin Coolidge, or Grover Cleveland? Grover Cleveland. So far, the only person to hold 2 non-consecutive terms in office. That's a really good piece of pub quiz trivia for you there. And it's the trivia that's written down in the notes, which I'm now going to give you from a written down point of view. Grover Cleveland is the only president so far to serve 2 non-consecutive presidential terms. That may change in November. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But Jimmy Carter's name is James Earl Carter Jr. Bill Clinton is William Jefferson Clinton, and Calvin Coolidge is John Calvin Coolidge Jr. But Stephen was the real first name of Grover Cleveland. Well done if you got that. Natter was fastest, Proogs was second, ABME third, Mark was fourth, and Battyman was fifth. Puzzle Danger and Maverick both nerfing that question for the flat rate of 8. No other helps used there. Let's reorder the board. Little bit of rejigging down in the danger zone. There is a bit of a gap emerging between danger zone and safety. Battyman at the top of the danger zone with 18. Get on with the quiz at the bottom of safety on 22. 4-point disparity between them. But still with 2 questions to go, could still make all the difference. Smattering of help still left in play. Mark's at the top, BC's in second, and Inca is in third. On we go. Question number 4. Stephen Cleveland's like a really rubbish superhero alter figure. Stevie Clevey. Yeah. The flag of Chad is almost identical to that of which European country? Belgium, Hungary, Romania or Luxembourg? It's Romania. Slight shade differences between the blue, yellow and red vertical stripes, but it's a vertical triband of blue, yellow and red in that order from left to right. Chad and Romania are almost identical, but the blue is a very subtly different shade. Get on with the quiz was fastest. Nice to see Topper getting his vexillology on. Fastest and with a multiplier as well, doubling up to 34 points. ABME second with a multiplier, doubling up to 32. Mark was third, Ink was fourth, Shapes was fifth, also with a multiplier. And Additional Salt also multiplying and getting that one right. No other helps used there. Let's reorder the board. Aha, first tie we've had since question number 1, I think. We've gone orange because we've got a tie between Proogs and Puzzle Danger, both of them on 27. We can't have a tie at the end of the round, so if there is still a tie after question number 5, we'll go to a tie-break question. But we have got 7 players in the danger zone at the moment. Fetz, Maverick, Clive, Brig, Battyman, Puzzle Danger and Proogs. Battyman, Clive and Fetz still with helps available. Nobody in safety has got a help anymore. Mark, ABME and Inca are still 1, 2 and 3. Good luck. Take a look at question number 5. Christopher Columbus set sail from Spain in 1942 in 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and which other? Santiago, the Golden Hind, the Caravel, or the Nina? Assured by Nando that the tilde over the N gives it a nya sound, so it's a Nina, which happens to be the correct answer. Santiago was used by Magellan. Was it Magellan or Magellan? I think it's Magellan, it is a soft G, isn't it? The Golden Hind was a Francis Drake ship, and the Caravel by Cortez. But Nina was the answer. Most of us getting that one right, has to be said. Inca was fastest, Mark second, Clive third, and with a multiplier. That could do you some good, Clive, get you out of that danger zone. Proogs was fourth, and BC was fifth. Fetz also multiplying and getting it right. Battyman multiplying and getting it wrong. So you have sealed your fate there, Battyman. Likewise, Puzzle Danger and Brig, as already in the danger zone, getting it wrong. Let's reorder the board, though, and see what happens to everybody else. We've got a standard size. Clive gets out and Proogs falls in. And at the end of the round, Proogs, Fetz, Puzzle Danger, Battyman, Maverick and Brig are all in the danger zone. No tiebreaker required. They will be shortly electrocuted unto death. However, Mark escapes at the top with 92, Inca's in second with 78, and ABME in third with 76. Very well done, you three. You'll get a little boost going into round 4, and you'll be joined there by BC Shapes, Zeus, Natter. Get on with the quiz, Clive. Additional Salt and Fluffy Bunny. Very well done, you 11, into our penultimate round of the evening. Sadly, though, for Proogs, Fetz, Puzzle Dan, Battyman, Maverick, and Brig, it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Pop. What's awesome? What are we looking at? What's Riff said? Formed the UK Furry Convention currently happened, had an entire game of Only Connect as one of its events this afternoon. That's really cool. I like that. There we go. And Rapunzel has the Boneyard Crown at the moment with a score of 11 out of 15. Still much to play for that Boneyard Crown. Still 10 questions left in the game. And we're going to go back to losing 5 players, which will leave 6 in the final. Mark starts with 5, Inca with 3, ABME with 2, and all of your helps have been refreshed as we move on to round number 4. How delightful. That blinking light is annoying me. Vexdilology from Arden Fetz has come in as a suggestion. And flag questions, best questions, don't at me. We like shapes. Yeah, I do like a flag question. 5 questions this round. Once again, multiplying will double your points for the question, and nerfing will earn you a flat rate of 5. And again, you can use either help once, but not both. So potentially 22 points for one question and 11 for the rest up for grabs. And unsurprisingly, all of these questions will relate to the letter D. We've got an A, a B, a C, and now a D as well. Only 6 of you can get to the final. And remember, when we get to the final, you don't get boosts if you finish in the top 3. Your starting points are the number of questions you've gotten right minus the number of times you've appeared in the danger zone, which is why I said at the beginning, stay out of the danger zone. Even if you're not there at the end, it can be damaging to your score later on in the game. 1942, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Thank you for that raid message, Brooks. So yeah, stay out of the danger zone because it can damage your score going into the final round. Very important. Good luck to all 11 remaining players. It's how delightful. Let's play Danger Zone. In which Dickens novel would you find the character Esther Summerson, Little Dorrit, Bleak House, Mystery of Edwin Drood, Great Expectations? Bleak House is the answer. All but one of our live players getting that one right. Bleak House was the answer, and Esther Summerson was Dickens's only female narrator. Zeus was fastest, Clive was second, BC third, Shapes was fourth, Fluffy Bunny was fifth. Natter multiplied that question and got it right. Topper the only one to get it wrong there. It's going to be very interesting round 4. Let's reorder the board. Natter multiplied, but not going to the top because answering quite late. 5 doubled up to 10. Not quite enough to give you that top spot, Natter. But tied second with Clive. Zeus at the top and Shapes in third with 9. What does that mean? Fluffy, Additional Soul, AB, me, Inca, and Get On With The Quiz. All in the danger zone despite most of them getting that one right. But let's see what happens. Still 4 questions to go. Let's take a look at the next. What type of animal was Salvador Dali's pet Babu? A bobcat, a caracal, a jaguar, or an ocelot? Hashtag Delight Brigade. Babu was an ocelot. I always thought Dali had an anteater or an aardvark or something. There's that famous photo of him coming up the steps of the underground with the aardvark on a lead, but it turns out Dali had many pets, including Babu the ocelot. Dali had an interest in exotic animals and claimed to have been given the animal by the head of state of Colombia. I'm not 100% sure. What? Oh, there's a private chat going on in the chat. I'll leave you to the chat. Ocelot was the answer. Additional Salt was fastest with a multiplier. Mark was second with a multiplier. Shapes was third. BC was fourth. And Inca was 5th with a multiplier. Zeus also multiplying and getting that one right, doubling up their points as well. No other helps used on that question. Let's reorder the board. AB, me, Clive, Natter, Fluffy Bunny, and Get On With The Quiz currently in the danger zone. AB, me, Clive, Fluffy, and Get On With The Quiz, though, have got a help available. Shapes and BC are out of the danger zone on 18 and 16 respectively with a help available. Mark and Additional Salt tied at the top 28. Zeus in second and Inca in third. Still 3 questions to go. Let's take a look at the next question. Question 3. Death in the Afternoon, better known as a Hemingway after its namesake creator, is a cocktail that comprises champagne and what spirit? Absinthe, Advocat, gin, or Sambuca? One of those absinthe-based cocktails. Good old Ernest Hemingway, named after him. The cocktail shares a name with his 1932 book Death in the Afternoon. The recipe was published in So Red the Nose or Breath in the Afternoon, 1935 cocktail book with contributions from famous authors. I've drunk absinthe once in my life. We did it over you have to get a special absinthe spoon and like melt some sugar over it, and then you shot it. I would have been 19 or so at the time. It was one of my best mates' 21st birthdays. We went to Prague, and obviously in Prague we drank a lot, including absinthe. It's really, if you've not had it before, it's really strong. It's like getting, punched in the face by a horse. If you've had Sambuca, I think it tastes similar to Sambuca because it's sort of aniseedy, but it's properly strong. And it's green as well.
Well, that's all right then.
Certainly is, and absinthe has gone green because it was the correct answer. Zeus was fastest. Additional salt was second, Natter was third, Clive was fourth, and Fluffy Bunny was fifth. No helps use that question. We've only got 2 questions left, so use them or lose them. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 11 helps available on these final 2 questions, so do use them or you will lose them. Let's reorder the board. You've drank way too much at uni. I don't think they served absinthe at the uni I went to. Random Zombie, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. We've got a tie. Another tie going into question number 4. I think it was going into question 5 last time, but going to question 4. Shapes and Clive, both on 18. Natter just 1 point ahead and in safety on 19. For what it's worth, this does count as a Danger Zone appearance, even if it's tied. BC, Fluffy, AB Me, and Get On With The Quiz also in the Danger Zone, but, and this is very interesting, all of the players in the Danger Zone have got helps, and all of those out of the Danger Zone do not. With 2 questions to go, this could make for very, very interesting reading. It's still too close to call at this moment in time, because there are still potentially 33 points available for all of the players in the Danger Zone. In theory, Get On With The Quiz, currently in 11th, could finish joint first, in theory. Odie's at the top, Zeus in second, Mark in third. Let's go on. Question number 4. Take a look. Not bad enough uni then. I guess so. It was small. How many tiles would you find in a standard pack of dominoes? 28, 26, 24, 22. Thank you, RNG, for putting those in descending numerical order. "28. Dominoes, of course, feature all combinations of spot counts between 0 and 6. 28 is the triangle number, 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So yeah, triangle numbers. A triangle number is what you need there. Mark was fastest. Bloody Nora, Mark. 1.18 seconds. That's very, very fast. Additional salt second. Shapes third. Fluffy Bunny fourth. Inca was fifth. And once again, no helps used. All of those helps are being saved until the final question. Lord Hovis, welcome to the stream. You recommended my show from Ash's streams. Well, you're very welcome to be here. Thank you, Ash, for the recommendation. And Lord Hovis, welcome on in. Any relation to Lord Buckethead? With the election coming up. No, I'm sorry. Not making it politics on your first encounter here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're keeping well. You're very welcome to come and join this game for the final round, which comes up afterwards. Room code up on the screen, either on mobile device or on desktop. Do come and have a go. If you want to earn some channel currency. And a little bit late to be getting in for the medal at this point because Rapunzel is currently leading the Boneyard with 15 questions correct and there's only 6 questions left in the game. But do come and join us. It'd be lovely to have you. Let's reorder the board. We have still got a tie in the Danger Zone, but different players this time. BC and Fluffy tied on 22. Natter drops into the Danger Zone on 19. Clive on 18. AB Me 10. Get On With The Quiz on 5. And we've still got 6 helps available for this final question. Additional salt in the lead. Mark's in second. Zeus is in third. We need 6 players for the final, so we're only going to lose 5. If we've still got a tie after this question, we will go to a tiebreaker. I wish you all the very best of luck. The final D question of the round. Here it is. Good luck. The song Almost There featured in which 2009 Disney animated film? The Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Frozen or Brave? Assuming it D for Disney there. It's Princess and the Frog. The song was nominated for Best Song at the Oscars, but lost out to The Weary Kind from Crazy Heart. Tangled 2010, Brave 2012, Frozen 2013, so there's a secondary in there. Princess Tiana is the one in that film. Secondary in if you needed it with the year. Very interesting, only 4 players actually getting this one right off their own steam. Get On With The Quiz, getting it right, and with a multiplier for 22 points. Additional Salt was second. Clive was third with a multiplier. BC was fourth with a multiplier. And everyone else was wrong, apart from Shape. Shape's nerfing that question. Fluffy Bunny and AB Me both multiplying, but incorrect. So losing that help there. I don't actually know what's going to happen here as we reorder the board. I can say Fluffy Bunny and Natter and AB Me are going to be eliminated. I'm going to predict that Topper's going to get out of the danger zone. I think Clive might as well. I think BC's got a good chance. I don't know if Shapes is going to have done enough to escape, but with Inca, Zeus and Mark all getting it wrong, and the players in the danger zone getting a chunky old score, might Zeus be in the danger zone? Let's reorder the board and find out. Oh! He's not, but Inca is, and so is Shapes. And those are the two players going into the tie. I thought Topper would get out, but apparently not enough. There was too much space overhead, Topper, for you to make it out of that danger zone. Unfortunately, you finish on 27. I'll go to the danger zone in just a minute. I will go to our players who are through to this week's final. Additional Salt goes through on 57, Mark on 39, BC and Clive both on 38, and Zeus on 34. That's already looking like a chunky stacked final, I have to say. And we're going to add into the mix either Inca or Shapes, because at the end of round 4, we have got a tie in the danger zone. We must lose 5 players. We must have 6 in the final. Get on with the quiz. Fluffy Bunny, Nattu and AB Me, you are going to be eliminated. But Inca and Shapes, one of you will go through and one of you will go home. You're both on 32 points, and it's time for the round 4 tiebreaker. Oh, that graphic is wrong with the canvas scaler. So someone make a note in Discord that I need to fix that. Hashtag count binface. Yeah, I know, Puzzle Ben. The tiebreaker strap looked like it was incorrect on the scaling, so I need to go fix that. So, Inca and Shapes, you are going to face a single question which has a numerical answer. You will only be able to type digits on your input device. The goal is be as close as you can to the correct answer. The further away you are, the more be close. Whoever's closer goes through. All right. If you happen to be exactly the same distance away, whoever is fastest will get through. Okay. So, single answer required. It must be a number. Good luck to you both. Here is your round 4 tiebreaker question. Assuming no bills have been lost, how much money is included in the bank of a standard Monopoly set? Is it? Shapes? This is going to be very, very close to call. Inca's gone 40,000. Shapes has gone 9,500. BC, you may make a guess. You won't be able to make a guess on the app because only the players in the tiebreak get the interface. 14,580. Only would have said 20,000. Vixen says it's around 20-ish. Natter going 16,050. Mark's all over it. 20,580. 30 of each denomination from 1 to 500. Is that the case? I don't know that that's the case. Top would have said 1,250,000 after inflation. Going about estimating numerical questions. If only. Correct answer. Mark is bang on. 20,580, which means Shapes is closest with his answer, 9,500. Just over 10,000 away. Inca around 20,000 away. So it does mean Inca loses a point because of how the calculation works in this game and formally drops into the danger zone on 31. So our finalists this week are Additional Salt, Mark, BC, Clive, Zeus, and Shapes. Unfortunately, at this late stage of the game, it does mean we have to say goodbye to Inca. Get on with the quiz. Fluffy Bunny, Natter, and AB Me. Thank you all very much for playing. Good effort for getting this far, but unfortunately, it's the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. Are there really 30 denominations of each? I don't think there were that many. I thought some of them had fewer. Some of them had less numbers. But maybe it is that simple. I don't know why I thought there were more ones, because you get 5 ones and 4 hundreds at the start of the game, but you only get 2 500s. But older versions had fewer. Oh, did older versions have fewer banknotes? Fair enough. Hello, 8Minky, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to see you, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. And yeah, bad luck, Inca. But your consolation prize is that you do take the Boneyard crown off Rapunzel with a score of 17. That emoji looks out of place as well. I think the scaling's still wrong on this. I think this should be at 0.75. It shouldn't be at 0.75. I need to fix this because something's gone wrong with the scaling since I moved it to 1080p from 1440. Because yeah, the tiebreaker strap was out of alignment as well. But yeah, that's a problem for another day. It's not the end of the world to see what's going on, but slightly annoying. So into the final we go. Inca is currently king of the Boneyard with 5 questions left. And our 6 finalists are on scores of, my goodness me, 15, 14, 13, 12, 9, and 4. This is calculated by the number of questions you've gotten right, minus the number of times you've appeared in the danger zone, so only with a very, very slight advantage. Mark in 2nd, Zeus in 3rd, Shapes in 4th, BC in 5th, and Clive in 6th. Into the final round we go. You got 16 out of 20? Yeah, you must have been in the danger zone once then, Oni. You must have been in the danger zone, bro. Yeah, so that's right. 16 out of 20. 16 minus 1 is 15. Oh, you mean you were... Oh, fine. I thought you were questioning the logic of the game. No, yeah, you must have done. Think you should... Well, I can double check, because I can... if I look for additional salt in the console... so many greens there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. 16 green console flags for you. So, yeah, there you go. R4Q1. Well, this is going to make a very interesting final because all of these are very, very strong players. But only one of them can come out as a champion, and that is doubly true because Danger Zone is the only game, one of the only games, where we don't split the medals for gold. We'll split the silver, we'll split the bronze. But if we've got a tie at the end of question number 5 in the top spot, then we will go to a tiebreaker for the gold. 5 questions this round. Multipliers and nerfs are inactive. You do not get them in this round. It's all what you know. And no extra special gimmicks other than the scoring system, which is the same. 6 points if you're the first to answer correctly, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1. So the faster you answer, the more points you get, which means there are 30 points up for grabs in this round. Clive can finish on a maximum of 34. Only could finish on a maximum of 45 in theory. Which means the theoretical highest score to finish in on Danger Zone, I guess, would be 50. Which is quite nice. It's actually something I never thought about before. But yeah, if you get 20 out of 20, don't go in the danger zone at all, and then you get all of the last questions right first, you could get 50. Anyway, fun bit of extra trivia for you. As ever, this round is general knowledge. You're going to get questions on a variety of subjects, and whoever's got the most points at the end of the game will be the winner. Inca currently with the Boneyard crown. Can he hang on to it? Rapunzel is right behind him. Kolos and Riff and Rufus all have a fighting chance as well. But let's see what happens. Good luck to you all. Let's play Danger Zone. Starting with this. Removing the first and last letters from Marge Simpson's eldest sister's first name gives the name of which deciduous and semi-deciduous tree? Ash, oak, elm, or fir? Slightly around the houses question. It'll take you a minute to think about it. It's actually relatively straightforward. Selma is older than Patty by 2 minutes. And so Selma, take off the S and the A, you get elm. Selma is older than Patty by 2 minutes. Elms are deciduous and semi-deciduous trees comprising the gene ulmus in the family Ulmaceae. Ash, oak, elm, fir, it was Elmer. Shapes was fast as Zeus 2nd, Clive 3rd, Mark 4th. Additional salt was 5th, and BC did get there as well for that single point. This is going to be interesting. Let's reorder the board. Holy fuck. Good lord. Shapes and Zeus on 18. Additional salt and Mark on 17. A little bit of a gap down to BC on 10 and Clive on 8, but all it takes is one question for BC and Clive to get right and the other 4 to get wrong, and they could be right back in contention. Tight, tight, tight. Inca increases his lead in the Boneyard by a single point, moves up to 18. Let's go on, question number 2. Esperanto, the world's most widely spoken constructed language in the world, primarily has what colour on its flag? White, red, blue or green? It's green is the answer. The main flag of Esperanto, featuring the Verde Stilo, the green star, was adopted in 1905. It might be Stelo, actually. Was adopted in 1905 for use as a symbol of mutual recognition among Esperantists, which is I guess the collective name, not Esperantoers, but yeah, Esperantists, I suppose that makes sense. Green was the answer. BC was fastest, Clive was second. I said all it takes is one, and say not all of them have got it wrong, but Mark and Zeus did, so BC and Clive are going to be doing some climbing here. Additional Salt was third, Shapes was fourth. Let's reorder the board. Still close, it's still close, and it's very, very close, even more so than it was before. Shapes and, Additional Salt and Shapes on 21. Zeus on 18, Mark on 17, BC 16, Clive on 13. Still 18 points up for grabs in this game, and it is still wide open. Inca still with a 2-point lead in the Boneyard. Here's question 3. Dipterology is the scientific study of which insects? Beetles, mites, parasitic worms, or flies? Be another process of elimination, one there, and again, two of the players not in the top 3 getting it. BC fastest for 6, Mark second for 5. Everyone else was wrong there. It's flies. Flies. Dipterology is the study of flies. Flies are the insects of the order Diptera, the name being derived from the Greek for two and wing. Study of parasitic worms is helminthology, and they're actually microparasites, not insects. Mites is acarology, and mites are technically arachnids, not insects. And beetles is coleopterology. They are insects, but actually only 2 of those answers that you had up there were insects, flies or beetles. So you could have eliminated it down to 2 just by knowing mites are arachnids and parasitic worms are microparasites. But that's the way it goes. BC getting 6, Mark getting 5. Let's reorder the board. Oh my god. 2 questions to go. 12 points up for grabs. Clive could still win this. He's currently in 6th, but he could get up to 25. But it's tighter than ever. Zeus on 18. And then Shapes and Additional Salt on 21. Mark and BC on 22. So at least you didn't pick an impossible answer. Yeah, quite right. If you went for Beatles, then yeah, at least it wasn't impossible. Oh, 2 questions left. Inca has guaranteed himself at least a tied Boneyard crown. He might share it with Rapunzel, but Inca would have to get the last 2 wrong, and Rapunzel would have to get the last 2 right. Inca guaranteed at least a shared crown. But in the main game, it is still all to play for. Good luck. Here's question. Beatles are overrated. Very good, 8. Good luck. Question number 4. What is the penultimate letter of the Greek alphabet? Chi, Phi, Psi, or Chi? Possibly Chai. Chai, Phi, Psi, or Chi? Forgive my pronunciation. Someone will tell me in a minute what the correct pronunciation is. Fortunately, I've been learning from in order. All of you were right. Oh my word. I don't want to hear this is going because you've almost got them right, but almost in reverse order. Been over this before, man. It's key. Thank you, Shapes. Key, yeah. Which one's key? The XI or the CHI? It just doesn't stick. It's one of those things that doesn't stick with me. Someone tell me the pronunciation in order. Oh, Kai, like sky without the S. Oh, okay. Well, then write it like that. And Flyboy at key as well, so... Thank you, Abe. That's cleared everything up for me. Key, Phi, Psi, and Chi. Is that right? Anyway, whatever they are. Thank you, Mark, my local pronunciation person. Xi. Really? Xi? Phi, Psi, Chi. Just happens to be Mrs. Flush's little boy has grown up to go Psi, Phi, Psi, Chi, Phi. Anyway, it's been... I'll give you the trivia. C. Really? It's been used to write the Greek language since the late 9th or early 8th century BC. It derived from the earlier Phoenician alphabet. It was the earliest known alphabetic script to have distinct letters for vowels as well as consonants. The penultimate letter for the penultimate question. Clive was fast as Shapes was second, Zeus was third, Mark was fourth, Additional Salt was fifth, and BC was sixth. I've got another raid message that I'm going to check. Hashtag overrated Beatles. Nice. Oh my word. Where's this going to go? Let's reorder the board. Not as close as I thought it would be, but still pretty close. Shapes has got the lead with 26. Mark's in second with 25. Additional Salt and BC are tied in third with 23. Zeus has 22. Clive has 19. For the first time, we can say with certainty someone who can't win. Clive can only hope to tie for a silver at this point. But still, coming to question 5 and being this close, that's the only thing we can say with certainty at the moment. That's close. Photo finish then. Good luck to you all. One final question, and it is. Which of the following animals would score highest as a word in the English language version of Scrabble without use of any bonuses? Camel, horse, tiger, sheep. Wow! Only Clive getting this one right. It's sheep. Sheep is the answer. Sheep is worth 10. Mainly thanks to the H and the P, which are worth 4 and 3 respectively. The rest are worth 1. Tiger is 6, because again everything is 1 apart from the G, which I think is 2. Horse would be 8. Again, the H helping out with the 4. All the others worth 1. And camel is 9. 3 for the C, 3 for the M, and 1 each for the other 3, for a total of 9. Sheep is the answer. The H and the P were your ins there. Clive hasn't stolen, as we established. He was the only one who couldn't win. He's going to jump up to second, and he's going to eke out a tied silver with Mark. But he's not done enough to tie it with Shapes, and we have got a situation where everyone but Zeus gets a medal at the end of it. Zeus, I'm so sorry. But we'll go in the traditional order. We do avoid a tie break this week. Inca finishes with the Boneyard medal. 21 points. The Danger Zone lobby medal goes to you. 21 out of 25. Great performance from you there, Inca. Very well played. Zeus, sad for Zeus, only gets, well, doesn't get a medal because of how the ties have worked out. And only missing out by 1 point. 22, Zeus. A great effort, but unfortunately, it's not to blatant homophobia. Ignore the whole Shapes and Inca winning pair. Boss, yeah, maybe. Zeus, sadly you do miss out on a medal, but very, very well played to get to the final. It's a tied bronze for Additional Salt and BC, both on 23. It's a tied silver for Mark and Clive, both on 25. But it's a clear winner by 1 point, and I have to say this has got to be one of the closest endings of Danger Zone I've seen for a very, very long time. Very many congratulations to Shapes, our gold medalist and Danger Zone champion with 26. Congratulations to Shapes! Yeah, see that the border's out of sync. Medal! You get a medal! You get a medal! You get a medal! Not you. You get a medal. GG's, everybody. Great performances. And let's just take a little peep at your medal cabinets. Shapes, is that your second or your third now in Danger Zone? Third Danger Zone gold for Shapes to go with the silver, 3 bronzes, and his 4 lobby medals. Mark, that is your 8th silver medal in Danger Zone. 4 golds, now 8 silvers, 3 bronzes and 2 lobbies. Clive, that is your 2nd Danger Zone silver to go with your 4 bronzes and your 6 golds. Oni, 91 _573. 5 Danger Zone golds, 3 silvers, and now 5 bronzes as well as the 1 lobby medal that you've got. And BC 2014, that is, you've now completed the set of the main games. You've got 1 gold, 3 silvers, and now 1 bronze as well. Zeus has got a gold, a bronze, and a lobby, but doesn't get any more tonight. And Inca, 6 golds, 9 silvers, 4 bronzes. And Inca, that is your first lobby medal, so very well played to you. Those will be added to the medal cabinet as the credits roll. Hashtag Medal Madness from Stildegar. Good suggestion for a raid message. Can I once again extend my thanks to Mr. Vertigo for a terrific pack though. Really good fun, proper sort of pub quizzy sort of trivia. And sometimes I think they can be really good fun when you get a more traditional style, because very often you get lots of variety of different types of question themes that run through, but sometimes it's good to have a good old-fashioned pub quiz style one. So thank you, Mr. Vertigo, and thank you to Nando as well, debut proofing that one and doing a top job. So thank you very much, both of you, for your efforts there. I'm going to come back to the camera. We'll probably do Spacey 4 games just to wrap things up, but what a great game it's been. I've had a lot of fun. Well done to all of our medalists. Thank you again to Mr. Vertigo and Nando, and I will see you on the camera after the credits. Congratulations to Shapeso, our Danger Zone champion. Thank you all for the kind words in chat, Lord Hovitz. It is a fun game. It's my first original format, and stood the test of time. Still very popular to this day. Pennies and medals should have been written. Hashtag Danger Zone Domination coming in as a recommendation. We're going to do some Spacey 4 game to wrap the night up. But it's been a most enjoyable a most enjoyable stream. Made even better by the fact my computer stayed alive. Hooray! Medix has been off most of the day, to be honest. It seems to work if I put it to sleep for a couple of hours. It can have a nap before we do end of night stuff. I'll probably won't do it as a raid message, but we'll give it we like Danger Zone. And I'll give you 150 for that for the next 60 seconds. We like Danger Zone. As a tribute to Shapes, what won it? And because we do all like Danger Zone, and it was very good for my ego watching everyone type, we like Danger Zone, into the chat. And you get 150 pennies for your trouble. So, just while I boot this up, we're probably going to go raid into... Ooh, it should be JB, really. JB's doing a 24-hour stream, I believe. Currently playing Super Mario Bros. 3. JB Henry XIV, friend of the community and all-round good guy. We'll go and give him a little raid in just a moment. What have we got on the horizon? Well, I promise you I'm going to have news on extra streams coming up soon. Next week, though, takes us into June. We've got Plinko the Quiz, Data Leak, and Google That to look forward to. So that's going to be the 1st of June next week. Do come around for that. There's going to be a lot of fun that's going to be had. Peripheral 1 for you in the future, 22nd of June, which is 4 weeks today, and the penultimate episode of the season. We are doing... Big Break Live. I'm going to get the stream set up into the game room, and I'm going to have some guests with me, and we're going to do a version of Big Break, with a pool table, not a snooker table, but it'll still be fun. I've got some guests coming to join me in the game room, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Lewis has written some cracking trivia for that, so that's 22nd of June, Big Break Live. It's going to be a good one, so make sure you come down for that. Season finale, 29th of June, Distinction, Red Herrings, and Danger Zone to look forward to, and the finale, that's in 5 weeks' time. Something to make you aware of tangentially, I don't know if he has formally announced it yet, so I'm going to hold off from formally announcing the date of it. I'm going to let him do it first, because it's very much his thing. But those of you who have been around for a little while will be familiar with our great friend hAx0R. hAx0R is a Sonic speedrunner, and I think he's at UKSG this weekend doing speedrunning things. Anyway, every year he does a campaign. Every year in June he does a campaign for Bristol Pride, which is his local pride charity over in the west of England. And every year for the last 3 years, I think this is the 4th year now, we've done a collab stream of Sonic-themed quizzing and Sonic-related content shared across our 2 channels. We are doing that again for this year's Pride in June. We have set something up. He's not announced all of the events yet, but it's happened the last 3 years, so I don't think it's a spoiler. I won't give you the details just yet, except to say that there's more of the same coming up, and I'll give you the exact date once HUDs has announced that. But just to put it on your horizon, some point in June there will be a collab stream with our great friend hAx0R, so do keep an eye out for that. I'll do some more continuity in just a minute, but for now, let's do some Spacey 4 game, give you some bonuses at the end of the night. I'm going to make it 100 pennies for every player who comes to join the game, and the big decision is left or right. Go. There we go. Left or right? Game night at OQL Weekender. I'll be up for that in both senses. When's OQL Weekender? Okay, these shorts are definitely not the right size. I'm going to have to see if I can change them because it's leaving a physical mark. Change them for the large. Are we going left or right? It's very sad. I used to be able to fit into a medium. July sometime. July's a bit busy. We're away. Mrs. Flush and I are taking a few days away in London in July. And we've got a couple of weddings which aren't gigs, but I'm a guest at. So it's a momentous decision, David. It really is. Left or right? Big decision. 2,600 pennies going to the winner, which is nice. Ten seconds. Yeah, join us on the right. This is not a reflection of my political allegiances. It's really not. It's the left that drops, and David, Clive, me, Fluffy Bunny, Flyboy, Natter, Silent Marine, Lord Hovis, Ardenfets, BC, Nando, 8 Minky, and Proogs go on to the next stage. No more entries in 30 seconds now. 2,800 pennies for the winners. I'm going to yo-yo today. I'm going to go left. Oh, God. I might have to undo them. It's starting to hurt. I've become very conscious of it now. Left or right? Left or right for 2,800 pennies. David, have you seen my version of the Crystal Dome before, by the way? BC, Clive, left or right? Clive defaults on that, and David, Royal Flush, Fluffy Bunny, Flyboy, Silent Marine go through to the next. Pendulum strats. Well, I'm sticking with the pendulum strats. I'm going to go right this time. Have you not? Oh, maybe we'll do some Crystal Dome at the end then, to show David, since he's here. It was. I think it's the last thing I implemented before I had to stop implementing stuff, basically. Right, we're all in. Royal Flush, Silent Moon, Flyboy going right. David and Fluffy Bunny going left. You remember some of it? Well, we'll dig that out. We'll do a double bill. We'll do it. Oh, it's David and Fluffy Bunny going for 2,800 pennies at the end of the night. And remember, if we have a tie and there's no winners, then it rolls over. So, left or right for the final time? Possibly for the final time. Pendulum strat. Oh, bugger, yeah. It works until they don't anymore. Who's going to break cover first? You first, David. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. They both join at the last second. They both go left and they go straight into space. No winners this time on Takeshi's Castle. We roll over, which means we do have to do another Spacey 4 game. Which will be starting at, how do I set the start amount? Not points per player. Pennies to award. 2,800 starts with the rollover. And we go again. We go all over again. I'm starting left this time. Left or right? The fated rollover. This is going to be big. It's going to be like 6,000 pennies for this. My God in heaven. Only one of you can win it, but it's going to be a windfall. A windfall tax, a bank error in your favour. I'm only rolling it over once though. After that they go to the void. Any more for any more? 5,500 pennies. Got to be in it to win it. And I've promised David a Crystal Dome now, so we're going to do that as well. In a minute. It's because I quite enjoyed getting it out last week, actually. Crystal Dome, that is, before anyone reads too much into that sentence out of context. Yeah, it is going to be a chunky win. With David and Bun. Oh, yeah, Fluffy Bunny, yeah. Well, who's Bun? Yeah, Fluffy Bunny, that makes sense. That's what she said, yeah. Yeah, she did. It's the right that drops, though. Lord Hovis, Pyro Pygmy, Lewis, Timor, Shape, Sun Marine, Zeus, Stilgar, Riff, Brig, Vixen, Natter, Nando, Oni, Topper, and me. Go forward to the next round for 5,600 pennies. Bet Ben enjoyed getting it out. That'd be a good one to raid into JP with, wouldn't it, Oni? I've got a few raid messages to choose from. Lord Hovis, Riff, Raccoon, and Vixen. Left or right? For anyone claiming that it's unfair play, I've just gone out, and B, the game genuinely doesn't decide until the doors open, the frame before the doors open. Lord Hovis, Pyro Pygmy, Lewis, Shape, Zeus, Stilgar, Riff, Brig, Natter, and Nando going on to the next stage for 5,600 pennies, left or right. Yeah, it doesn't actually make a decision until the frame before the door opens which way it's going to go, so it's not debugged anywhere, and it's not like I can see it. It genuinely doesn't make a decision, or doesn't write the decision. It will presumably make it based on the random number seed that's generated, but it won't, it won't actually calculate what that is until now. And it's left that drops. Pyro Pygmy, Shapes, Riff, Natter, and Nando going on to the next stage. 5 of you left for a windfall error in your favour. 5,600 pennies up for grabs, left or right. What are you doing this? I'm going to start doing my end of stream housekeeping. Okay, we're all decided. 3 going left, 2 going right. I am so excited, says Riff. You're going to get through with Shapes and Pyro, or are you going to drop and leave it to Natter and Nando to battle it out? You're going to drop, and it's Natter and Nando in the final showdown. For 5,600, I am no longer excited. For 5,600 pennies, left or right? Nando breaking cover early and is going left. Natter's broken cover and is going right. We are going to have a winner. Roll over again. No, not going to have a rollover. Not again. Not again. We're going to watch that time tick down. Shall we string this out a bit more? No time to get in to change the timescale. And it's Natter who comes out on top. 5,600 pennies going to you, Natter. Very well played. Excellent prediction skills right there. And 5,600 pennies are all yours and should have been written to the drive now. Why are you being slow? Oh, you're not. You're just not in focus. Cool. Right, let's set that back to 0. So we actually start with 2,800. That's enough spacey full game for tonight. Let me just get Crystal Dome loaded up for a final game. And while that loads, I'll do the rest of the continuity. I think we're going to go and raid into JB Henry. He's on a 24-hour stream at the moment, currently playing Super Mario Bros. 3. Ash is hopefully back next week. Let's see what he's got on the docket. Coming soon. To schedule on Wednesday the 29th of May. No stream with Ash next Friday the 31st of May. We'll give him a shout out all the same. Go give him a follow. Ash Bash, excellent high quality quiz content Wednesdays and most Friday evenings, gig permitting. Give him a follow. He's a good lad. Although he's not scheduled next week yet, so we don't know what he's going to be doing, but I'm sure it'll be excellent whatever it is. No stream from Ash next Friday. I, of course, am going to be back next Saturday, as mentioned, with Plinko and Data Leak, and Google that. So much to look forward to there. Oh, my neck. So, Crystal Dome to wrap up the night before we go and raid into JB. I'm going to pick a raid message. I mean, Ben enjoyed getting it out is sort of the front runner at the moment, isn't it? Japan Damned Revolution, I quite like that one. Sherry Trifle Skyfall, that's quite funny. Vexillology, I quite like that one. You're twisting my metal, man. What? I think it's got to be Ben enjoyed getting it out. That rather unfortunate Freudian slip at the end. Piece of Model started Buzz Off again. Yeah, this time I can actually see who suggested them. In Buzz Off, it was randomised. I'm not picking, my favourite people necessarily. I'm just picking the messages that I like the best. So, Crystal Dome time. Just one between you this evening. To quote, "Have I got news for you?" Time to go to the Crystal Dome. There it is. Yep, those will do. Right, how do we do this again? Progress gameplay. Type play. This is all done in whispers. Yes. So exclamation mark play if you want to come play the game. Then you need to make a prediction how many you're going to get. All of the answers, you get 12 questions from a variety of different puzzles. All of them will have single character answers. Might be letters, might be numbers, but single characters is what you need. And then you get 10 pennies for every gold, minus 10 pennies for every silver that you have at the end. You can't give me more than 12, so you can't just spam the keyboard to try and get them all right and give yourself a load of silver. It will lock you out after you've given 12 answers. You can answer, even if the answers are no longer on the screen, you can still give the answer, and they'll all be typed up in the chat, and you need to whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot to get your answers in. So, last chance to come and join. We raised the drawbridge. And there we are, Crystal Dome. Ever so pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14 of you in. So, can you make your predictions, please? How many do you think you're going to get between you, gold minus silver? So, if you think you're going to get, for example, an average of 10 each, for example, that'd be 140 is what you want to type in at this point. And whoever's closest, I'll give a bonus 100 pennies to. Simple as that. Nando Vixen, type a number to the bot, if you please. There we go. And I'll hand over to Richard O'Brien.
Will you start the fans, please?
There they go. And take the sequence which character appears most frequently. Single character answer, please. Take this sequence, RMHC. What is the next letter? Oh, it goes red when it goes negative. I didn't know that. JLMP, what's next? YTGL, what appears in YTGLAH but not in HTAGL? Take that sequence, which character appears most frequently? Calculate the following, 12 plus 6 minus 10. None of the answers will be repeated, by the way. And another calculation, 6 plus 4 minus 3. 57, is it prime or composite, P or C? What appears in the top but not in the bottom? What letter changes in sepia to make dark brown pigment made from the secretions of the cuttlefish? What appears in the top but not in the bottom? What letter changes in spool to make a transitive in transitive archaic to plunder or pillage? And that is time up. 5 seconds of grace time, and time for the answers. B is the most frequent in that sequence. X would come next in that sequence. R would come next in that sequence. Y appears in the top but not the bottom. In that sequence, M is the most frequent. 12 plus 6 minus 10 is 8. 6 plus 4 minus 3 is 7. 57 is a composite number. It is not prime. You can divide it by something. 3, I guess. Q appears in the top but not on the bottom. Sepia becomes sepia, so you need to change the D. K appears in the top but not in the bottom. And spool becomes spoil, so the letter you need to change is the O. Well done, Natter. Natter raking it in tonight. Only getting 10 pennies from the game, 5 minus 4, but was the closest with 95, just one away. You get 100 bonus pennies for that. Very well done to Oni, getting 12 out of 12 and 120 pennies. I should write some more puzzles for that game. It's sort of all still, so yeah, it is good yarn, isn't it? So yeah, I should write some more puzzles. I think there's about 7 in there at the moment. I made it, I designed it in such a way that it should be easy to, don't get sequences. So if you had A, C, E, the next one would be G. There's a fixed number of space, but it loops back around the alphabet, and sometimes they go backwards. So it's, yeah, it's just a sequence, but it's in letters. Yeah, it's too fast and furious to explain all at the front, but once you play them a few times, you get the hang of them. But yeah, that's your sequences one. I'm going to think I might try and see if I can find some time to write a new puzzle for that at some point. Right, that's it. no more stream. All done. All done for another day. Thank you once again, everybody, for coming to join me. It's been enormous fun this evening. I've had a great time. I hope you have as well. Thanks again to all the question writers. Some really great stuff tonight. Oni, really good stuff in Cryptex. Clive, thank you for Hacker. And Mr. Vertigo, terrific stuff there in DangerZone as well. And, of course, thank you to the proofing team, Toot and Nando, who've helped out with those this week. Well done to all of our medalists as well. And I'm going to be back next week with Plinko Data. You can Google that. It's going to be a really good stream. And I do hope you can come and join me. May catch you on Ashes on Wednesday in the interim. But if not, have a splendid week. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the rest of the bank holiday if you've got it. Spacey Dome finale. I think it's got to be that one, hasn't it? But I need to put... I keep forgetting. I need to fix this because it doesn't actually raid them, so I shouldn't need to put a raid target in. But there we go. Hashtag Ben enjoyed getting it out. And we are going to go raid JB Henry. And say Ben enjoyed getting it out because he definitely did. Thank you for joining me for game night this evening. It's been a lot of fun. Until next time, be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe as always. I've been Royal Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Take care. Peace out and good night. And to speak to you temporarily from the void, for anyone wondering, all of the penny requests that have come in, I will do those once the stream has stopped. So then you'll be able to check your pennies. I'll do them now. Night all.
Take you to 3,500.